All right, cool. Got it. They said a $22 million gate, big cap. Well, I always, it's not true because of the timing of it. It's too early. They're not releasing the gate yet. The gate's not going to get released for another week, probably. At least another week. I would suspect that it's not going to be released for at least another week. So, and then after that, and it takes 11 days or something like that to get the pay-per-views in. By the way, I enjoyed the MH Blackwell. I enjoyed the MH Blackwell on race. Hey, thanks, Brock Howard. I got some more things coming up too. Because that was just the first. That was just like the overall. That was just like the broad discussion. From there, I'm going to go into the specifics. So I got one coming up that is called Race and Racism. And I have another one that's coming up. I've got one on Race is Racism. And the other one that I have is about... Yeah, I won't tell you about the other one because I don't want to. I'm still working on what the second one's going to be. But I got one that is really on some real... I think you'll enjoy it. I think it's educational too. For you. One of Golden Boy's execs slipped and said estimated numbers usually aren't available until 10 days minimum on one of Ellie's inspects. Yeah, they said that with that was Eric. What's the guy's name? Eric Gomez. I think that was the president or whatever. What's going on, Carl? Andy Gill said, I think I'm blocked on the other channel. I can't send super chats. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I don't even know what channel you're on. You got to tell me what channel you're on. And the solution is the same. You got to click the link and give me your email address or give me your YouTube page so I can click on it and unblock you. If you want to, you can. If you want to, though, you can put it in the chat, though. I don't know why I didn't think about that. If you just put it in the chat, then I can get a link to it and unblock it. So you don't have to put it up here. You just put it in the regular chat. Barbara D said, are we talking about the Canelo gate? We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But yeah, they said it was 750,000 pay-per-views, a $22 million gate. Dan Rayfield came out and said that that's not true, that he'll have estimates later in the week, and that which makes sense because later in the week is closer to the 11 days. So I'm sure that he may be able to get some numbers, some trends early, right? Because then all the numbers don't just magically pop up in 11 days. It trends. So what Dan Rayfield is probably doing, because he seems to be more than adequately intelligent human being, is that he is going to wait till there's a certain number out, a reasonable amount of numbers out, and ask them, how do you think this is trending? Where do you think this is going to end up? Because it's going to be a predictable pattern. And then whoever his source is that works for, that has the information is going to say, oh, we think it's going to be coming in about right here. Because again, they're not going to have a specific number, but he will have the number, therefore, before the fighters actually get the final total, which they say can be 11 days out. Interpreting the two conversations that took place between Ellie Sethback and Eric Gomez, the president of Golden Boy, and what Steven Espinoza has said in the past about pay-per-view numbers and what we know about gates being available and being printed by different athletic commissions, I just don't think that it is reasonable to think that those are legitimate numbers that came from a legitimate source. Just because of the timing of the operations and when this information could practically or be available for anybody, for the first source that would get the information, let alone somebody that is getting passed down to. So I think Dan Rayfield, if it says, and there's another indicator for me not to believe it, is because not just that Dan Rayfield said it, his words, but because he gave his own timing. And we all know that he is somebody that gets those numbers. He's been in the business, has been in journalism for 25 years. Longer than many YouTube channels that claim this shit has been alive. You know what I mean? Some of these dudes talking about that shit was in diapers when Dan Rayfield was getting paper. Actually, yeah, when he was getting pay-per-view numbers. I saw 750 the night of the. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Oh, you know that makes perfect sense. I saw 750 the night of the fight. It was a screenshot of a Canelo fan. Yeah, that makes sense. Here's the link, man. Here's the link. Also, please, I have an interview with Kenny Ellis tomorrow morning, and I need your questions. Please put your questions in a super chat, because that way I'll have it. I don't have to take notes, because I can always pull up the super chats tomorrow. So if you have any particular questions you want me to ask of Kenny Ellis tomorrow morning, and I will play the interview during the live stream that we have tomorrow, because I do believe I'm going to have to do the interview very early before Kenny goes to the gym. So please let me know. I'm collecting the information right now. Kenny Ellis, co-trainer of Gervonta Tank Davis. The guy that was just removed as being the face of boxing by the numbers that came out for Canelo Alvarez. So is there any way no, there's no way, Sean G. We will never get those. No. Because number one, they continue to pay out because people keep watching the event because you got distribution rights on it. So they're going to continue to get paid anytime there's any monetization on that particular event. Because it's a portion of owning the masters of the event, right? So they put the fight up, they air the fight, there's ads paid on the fight, they get paid for those as well. So I think that they're going to get money for all the revenue generated in a check. I don't know if their paycheck is going to be itemized between their gate and their number of pay-per-views, or whether or not they're just going to give them an aggregate number and pay off that aggregate number for their tax purpose. But then again, they have to, because there's a difference between the bout agreement and the pay-per-view. We know that's the case because of what's happening between Errol and Derek James. But no, I don't think there is. The real actual ones, yeah. Well, yeah, there is one. You could ask and see if somebody that really knows gives you the information. But more than likely, you don't know who those people are, nor have a way to contact them. And if you did, they probably still wouldn't give it to you. What do you think? It's my take. No worries. Hey, Sean G, no worries. I mean, I'm trying to give intelligent answers that are reasonable and not this ridiculousness, man, that's going on, man. This childishness, man. You know what I mean? This is just such a big storm of trying to. Hey, thank you, Jay Henderson. It's just so much activity where people are trying to create content. And it's good for boxing. Don't get me wrong. I actually think these numbers and all this stuff is really still good for boxing. I don't think it's a bad thing for boxing for these conversations to take place because, that's more watch time for boxing. It's more watch time. It's more time that people pay attention to the sport. So it's definitely not bad, bro. Nas King said, love your show, bro. Definitely my go-to for the best boxing information. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. So anyway, there's that link, man. There's that link. I want to see Gervonta Davis and Floyd Scofield. I was listening to the conversations that were going on. About, shout out to Southpaw about Floyd Scofield and all that call out stuff and all of that. I think they should make that fight because of Floyd. Does anybody know if Floyd Scofield has a fight coming up? I want to see that fight. And I think that's a fight that should be made because of the position that he's in the WBC, the position that Floyd Scofield's in the WBA. I want to see that fight. I don't know. I don't believe that it's going to get made, but I want to see that fight. I think that'll be a good fight. And if Floyd Scofield gets knocked out, He can continue on with his career, man, and keep it moving, just like Frank Martin will. Frank Martin's going to get another good fight. Ain't no shame in getting in. There's a lot of benefit in beating Gervonta if he can pull it off. But if he can't, ain't no harm in losing. And if he's the number 2 or number 3 in the WBA, and his pops is out there saying the man is ducking, for forever G's, Tank and another prospect. I don't even know if Tank has ever fought a prospect. Forever G's. I don't know Tanks have ever fought a prospect. Yeah, I don't know. When did Tank fight a prospect? You must just be talking, huh? If Floyd Scofield is number 2 or number 1 in the WBA, that's not a prospect. That's a contender. Frank Martin is not a prospect. Frank Martin is a contender. He's a top 5. He was in the top 3 of the sanctioning body, man. That's not a prospect. That's a contender. He's in line for a mandatory title shot. That makes you a contender by definition. Doesn't it? Or am I missing something in the definition of top 5 contender? Because that's what it's called, those positions. You're a top 5 contender. Anybody in the top 5 is a contender. But thank you for your comment. I really appreciate it. Bro, Tank was sleep Kid Austin in the 5th. He's not better than Frank Martin. Dave Chastain. Yeah, but that doesn't make a difference to me whether or not he sleeps Kid Austin or not. He slept everybody else other than Isaac Cruz. So, like I said, man, you know, just because you can't beat somebody doesn't mean you're not good, and it doesn't mean you're not as ready as you'll ever be. Why would I want to wait for 4 years to wait around for a fight not to happen that he may never be ready for? I mean, I've only seen Floyd Scofield fight a couple times, so I can't speak with any real authority about his tendencies, his skills, right? Any of those things. You know, I've seen him fight a couple times. But if you're number 3, man, let's get it on. If you're talking like Gervonta is going to leave the weight division to not fight you, you can't say, I mean, people can't say he ain't ready for the fight. Actually, top 10 makes you a contender. Bruce Winfield, I have to address your comment. Boxing Hacker, you've really set a record right here for yourself, man. With this right here. No, contenders are not considered prospects. No, they're not. Just like first graders are not considered second graders. And grade schoolers are not considered high schoolers. And high schoolers are not considered college students. And college students are not considered professionals. So no, but I do have to say, I think you set a record, a personal record, a PR. In track, we call it a PR, a personal record. I think you set a personal record. That was your most obviously dumb statement to date. I don't want to call anybody dumb anymore because I'm trying to be positive. I really am. Damn, Boxing Hacker, I gave you too much credit before you said that. Oh, you know. That's Boxing Hacker. That's Boxing Hacker. But look, Boxing Hacker, man, I would love to have a conversation with you, man. I got a couch. We chilling. We talking boxing. You want to talk some politics? I got the MH Blackwell people there. We can do it all. We can do it all. What up, Step Brown? What up, man? What up, man? Sir. What's going on, man? To my guy, Bass Reeves in the building. What's going on, man? Bass Reeves in the building. Hey, here's the link to ask all questions. If you look, I'm gonna more. I don't. Should I be blocking people? Yeah, I should probably be blocking people. What up, that dude named Dave? Darvin Daniel. When is Tank gonna fight a champion at 135? Whenever they decide that they're gonna accept the fight. He just had two champions say no to fights, or at least one say no to a fight, and the other one say, nah, I'm not really pushing for the fight right now. We know it's going to happen eventually. So, I mean, I guess that's a better question for Vasily Lomachenko, huh? Maybe you should go to your friendly local Ukrainian boxing channel and ask them when Gervonta Davis is going to fight a champion. Because it seems to me that Gervonta Davis is trying to fight Vasily Lomachenko, and Vasily Lomachenko said no. Seemed like he was trying to fight. Seemed like Devin Haney moved up out of a weight class and got whooped. Seems like Shakur just had surgery and is fighting William Zepeda in February. Only person left is Brinchik, whatever his name is, and he's with Top Rank. I guess he's just going to have to settle for championship fights. Seeing as he's a champion. And I think that that's a real funny question to ask a champion. When is the champion going to fight another champion? As if being the champion doesn't mean you're the champion. The champion's supposed to be the champion. That's a problem with boxing, is you got these four divisions. But do I really think that Brinchik is the champion at 135? No, I do not. Do I think Vasily Lomachenko is really the champion? No, he is not. He's been beaten multiple times at 135 in that weight division. Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis, those are the two dudes that are really got any real conversation about whether or not they're the champions or not. Those are the undefeated fighters in that division that everybody knows are the best fighters and the most accomplished fighters. Both of them multi-weight division champions. So we'll see when that happens, bro. We'll see when that happens. But not all the pressure is on Gervonta to get it done. Just because Gervonta Davis is what people refer to as, the biggest draw between him and anybody he could reasonably fight, doesn't mean that he can single-handedly make those guys sign up for fights. He doesn't have the ability to make Vasily Lomachenko leave wherever he is and decide to sign a piece of paper and fight. Can't. He can't keep people from moving up weight classes. He can't keep people from not re-signing with Top Rank and moving and signing with Eddie Hearn and hurting their hand and having. He can't control all of those things. So maybe your question is not all that serious. Maybe your question, after all, is not that serious. No. Anyway, it was literally not a dumb question. I don't think it was a clear distinction and is opinionated. Dude, there's not a sir. There is no point in time at which you are both a prospect and a contender. No point in time. If one person thinks you're a contender, that person does not think you're a prospect. If a different person thinks that person is a prospect and not a contender, the same thing applies. You are never both a prospect and a contender at the same time. Just like you are never a contender and a champion at the same time. Just expand your question from prospect to contender to prospect to champion. Because, sir, there's not a real clear delineation about what a champion is either. Because you got the interim champion. Is that a champion? It says champion. You had the franchise champion. You didn't think that was a champion. You can't be a rookie. Yeah, exactly. You can't be a rookie and a veteran at the same time. You can't. Rookie. Here's that link. Where Kamal go? I gave Kamal a link. Where you at, Kamal? I should have gave it faster to Kamal. I got to give Kamal. I got to get you guys that wrench. Not the wrench. I got to get you guys that link when you can just jump up. Yeah, man. So yeah, boxing. That was just not very boxing hacker. That was just not very good at all. I will not lie to you. That was not good at all. No, he was not a rookie and a veteran at the same time. No, he was not. He's a bad boy, though. Hold on one second. Hold on a second. Sluto G, what up, what up, what up? Ogbeezy. For now, you need more likes. Nah, I need more of these, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I need more of these. Y'all, hey man, dog, don't aid, man. Don't waste your energy on me asking for likes. Dog, I fully accept people may not like what I got to say. I mean, that's a cultural thing, man, that I break with, bro. It's hard for me to ask you to likes. I do it every once in a while because I do like engagement, man, for people to be involved, but on the real, I'm okay if you don't like it. I just really like the conversation. I really do. Rolly wasn't a champion when he fought him. Yes, Rolly was a champion. He definitely wasn't a contender. Rolly was a champion. He was the WBA champion. He has the same championship Rayo Valenzuela has. Just because you didn't like the outcome of a fight and didn't agree doesn't mean he's not the champion. He is. Too bad, so sad, man. Reality sucks sometimes, don't it? Reality sucks sometimes. But anyway, man, y'all hit that like button, man. But Rolly's a good man. I like Rolly, man. I like Rolly. I think Rolly is an example of yeah, you're out of here, Darvin Daniel. DD. Bye. All right, it's too much, bro. You're spamming me, homie. You're ball hogging the conversation, and you're a bit of a jerk. So I'll see you later, homie. Yeah. Nah, Darvin got to go, bro. That's king. That's king. Trying to ball hog the conversation from a ghost account. That, or better yet, or let me be more specific, that's a ghost account. Get on, man. I'm glad Dane Realfield cleared up the rumors of Canelo did 750K. He said it didn't do 750K, but it did very well. Yeah, they think that it did very well. I'm sure it's like Canelo. They always do. He always does really well. He always does extremely well. Click the link or stay the fuck out. Dude, click the link, Boxing Hacker, or get out. And I mean it. You are a distraction like no other with stupidity. If you want to click the link and have a conversation and let everybody know, I'm okay. But if you're just going to ball hog the whole fucking chat with confusion, do go somewhere else. Sorry to be rude, man. But I know I've been politely telling you that for 3 days. At least 3 days. Click the link, Boxing Hacker. If you want to debate with somebody, debate with me. Stop spamming the chat with that. That is a distraction, and I can't get back to boxing because of your ludicrous application of logic. You cannot be a high schooler and a college student. Okay? You can't be first grade. I'm sorry, better yet, because you can do that. You can take a high school, you can take a college class as a high school student. But bro, you waste so much time, man. If I don't mind talking to you because I know how to get rid of your dumb shit fast. But you're gonna bubble over people's for like an hour and not fucking support the channel, not do shit. Get the fuck on, bro. And I'm talking about supported by keeping the conversation going. Just click the link, bro, or beat it, man. I'm gonna block him over there too. Wherever he is, he ain't there no more. I swear, bro, I get tired of Boxing Hacker doing that shit, man. Because I see his comments, and his comments, boom, 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 boom. He has nothing to do with, no, he's a good dude, man. I like him, bro, but he is obsessive compulsive sometimes. Like, man, somebody gives you a simple answer to a very simple and straightforward question. You always want to take some wild ass argument and talk about it for an hour and a half. Is water wet? Oh, my mouth wasn't wet. I drank water. So now my mouth is wet. Why? Because I put water in it. It brought the wetness. So to me, it's wetness. Can't be wetness without being wet. You want to make dumbass arguments, bro. And just see how you can just in your brain. Anyway. Nah, you're not going to get nobody to click links over here, bro. It's dangerous. I'm dangerous. In a debate, I'm dangerous. Nah, dog, they don't want to do that no more. It used to be fun when they, when the rabbit had the gun. It was fun when the rabbit had the gun. Y'all damn sure love debating from a position of strength. Nah, man, I'm doing a free live stream today, man. Look, I'm telling y'all remember all that smack? Because we're a boxing community, right? Of boxing fans, and we all talk smack. We go to different channels. We all have a lot of the same subscribers. We go back and forth. We do things. We argue. It's all fun. But it ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. You don't want to show up. You don't want to show up and debate nothing unless you think you are 100% right. And then you still lose. But then when you're in a bad position, you want to take your ball and go home. Huh, Claymore? It ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. When you can't hide, when y'all can't hide behind all these stories that y'all are spinning every day. You can't throw assists to each other. This dude make the shit up. This guy debate about it. This dude make up the news source. This guy reports on it. You can't alley-oop no more, huh? Y'all fooled, man. What's going on, Mr. Rizzo?
Hey, what's up, Phenom? I wanted to ask you who you had coming in tomorrow, but let me see if I hop in a bit because I'm going to catch the bus right now.
All right, man.
I'm on my way to work. I'm watching the show. Thank you for the show, bro. I always enjoy your show. You have the best
man. All right, man.
around.
Yeah, bro. We used to have debates. We used to have debate battle royales around this mug. We used to have debates. Boy, cats used to be like, put the link in. You won't debate nobody. You always block people. Them 1,000 baby oil bottles was what they used to fill that. What? What? What are you talking about, Phoenix the Assassin? Phoenix, wow, bro. Phoenix said them 1,000 baby oil bottles was what he used to fill that pool Devin was in. Man, look. Don't mess with Texas. Yeah. Anyway, man, that's fun, man. Hey, Boxing Hacker, I would love to talk to you, dude. You're welcome, so I can unblock you, man. Hey, is there a wrench that can unblock him over there on MH Blackwell? If there's a wrench over there, please unblock him. And I think I got to give him his wrench back. But for real, Boxing Hacker, man, you need to click the link, bro. See, everybody wanted to smoke before. Now I gotta be like, man, come on, man. You gotta leave. Oh, it's crazy. Once that Devin and Ryan fight ended, so did the dudes. Now they just hate on Tank. I don't get the hate on Tank. I don't get the hate on Tank. All of the narratives around Tank disappeared. They should be happy. You should be happy, right? He ain't got no business on MH. Yes, he does. I love it. Oh, no. Boxing Hacker's a bright guy, man. He's fun to talk to about a lot of different things. As long as he ain't out there spinning them, as long as he ain't out there spinning that, as long as he ain't out there spinning logic trees. What do you call it? As long as he ain't out there spinning tree algorithms. I like him though, man. He's a good dude. I just got kind of tired of that dog because that's just a silly thing. Rick Melinda said, "What's good, man?" What? 1,000 baby oil and lube bottles? Carl said, I don't have a wrench and I probably wouldn't unblock him if I did. Man, nah, he was getting on my nerves, man. I'm sorry about that. I snapped a little bit. Definitely snapped a little bit. Turn a mountain into a molehill. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Will they? Oh, see what? I'm sorry, man. What up, DJ OC in the place to be, spinning on the ones and twos? Make sure you guys go follow my guy, DJ OC at the Parlor of East Wheaton. That's at mixcloud.com / Parlor of East Wheaton, where you get the best old school music and dusties that you can possibly get, and just good music altogether with some of the best DJs you'll ever hear. Diddy, a freaking individual, all that money to keep Johnson & Johnson and what the fuck? You got 1,000 bottles of baby oil? 1,000 bottles of baby. When you kill somebody in 1,000 bottles of boy, isn't it bad for you? Oh, they talking about P. Diddy on the pool. Oh, that's crazy. That's why Devin kept falling against Ryan, the baby oil in his socks. If it's true, it's a good thing. That means there's a lot of eyes on boxing. What is that, J-Dog? Good morning. Hey, what's up, man? Brock Howard says slip and slide. Oh, man, that's crazy, man. Hey, what's going on, Scott Miller? I saw you, brother. You said earlier, what's up earlier? Scott Miller said, hey, Fanon, watching all the way from Glasgow, Scotland. Love your channel. Thank you, brother. Man, them boys nasty, bro. Man, I'm happy to see you, Rollo.
Yeah, the feeling ain't mutual. Nah, I'm just playing. You my dog. What? Who Tank fight next, man? And are we going to get this 30-year-old veteran
to
unify?
Look, I got to tell you something, man. You may be confused. See, you think just because none of these dudes want no smoke with me, and so I gotta actually go out of my way to start shit with y'all, that means that I am really willing to sit here and listen to you eat, Negro.
I ain't eat.
You eating. You got a mouthful of pork chops and
I don't eat pork.
Pork chop and beans and something.
I don't eat pork, boss. I don't eat pork. I ain't ate pork in 40 years. I don't eat pork. That's why I look like this and not like you.
What you eating?
I get some eggs and toast.
That nigga, why you say you weren't eating? And 2 seconds later, you tell me you eat eggs and toast.
Because I'm dumb.
Because you dumb?
I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Done. Y'all don't eat pork and things like that. That's why I've got man titties like you.
I don't have any man titties, homie.
40 years old, still got 6-packs and shit.
Nah, bro, look. No man titties, homie. Man titties gone.
You've been working hard. I'm proud of you. Well, when
no
we
man
get the
titties, bro. It's all chest. All chest.
When we gonna get a unification from the face of boxing?
Whenever they man up and fight him.
He's 30 years old, man. He ain't accomplished nothing.
You got to talk to the people to turn the fight down.
Money. He ain't fought
You got to talk to the people to turn the fight down, Rollo.
Turn the fight down.
Yeah, you got to talk to the people to turn the fight down.
Shakur turned the fight down?
No, the people that turn the fight down would be Vasily Lomachenko. You got to talk to him.
Well, I mean, he's an old man. What about for the 5 years he was at 135, chasing that man and calling him remember Loma called him the Twitter, said he's only good on Twitter keys or something. Remember what Loma said about him 5 years ago?
Yeah, I do.
Called him the Twitter warrior or something.
I did.
Scared to fight him.
Yeah, I heard him. I know. I don't know if he was scared to fight him. I heard what Lomachenko said.
That's what Loma said when they asked Loma. Loma said, "Oh shit, only warrior he gonna be doing his own Twitter. Boy, don't want no part of me." That's what Loma said.
Yeah, okay. But the question was, you asked the question. Your question was, when is he gonna fight a champion? And the last thing the Lomachenko said was, I ain't trying to fight you right now, Tank.
Loma's an old man, man.
You got to pick one, bro. I mean, you asked the question. The question is, Lomachenko said no to a fight.
What about when all them prime champions like Devin and T.O. was at 135 for 6 years with that man while they was unifying and becoming undisputed for 6 years? Since 2019, T.O., Devin, and Loma was champions at 135, but Tank never fought none of them. Matter of fact, he has never fought a champion at 135. Never. It's been there going on 7 years, and he's never fought a champion at 135. I just want to see him unify, maybe become undisputed. You know, get some accolades in the boxing game. You got all the money, champ. Now it's time to go get your legacy. You got the money, go get your legacy. You got the guaranteed contract. Your money's locked in. Go knock a couple of champions out, man, and become great. Because you ain't great. You ain't going to the Hall of Fame. Or none of it right now. You got the talent? Hell yeah. Best talent I done seen in a long time. But you're not challenging yourself. You're not challenging. And if you can't get a champion at 135, go to 140 and get one of them. But don't pull up another 135-pound champion. I mean, 130 champion. Don't do that. We sick of it. We don't want to see you knocking out those little guys and making them lose their sight again. Bullying. Weight. That's what you call weight bullying when you keep pulling up 130-pound champion. They come from 118 like Leo Santa Cruz. Hell you doing fighting him when Devin was calling you out? The hell you doing fighting Mario Barrios when Regis was calling you out? When Josh Taylor was undisputed calling you out? Them people wanted the big fight. You got the big money. They wanted the big fight. They had the belts. What Tank fans say? Oh, they don't deserve it. Well, what the hell you got to do in boxing to deserve a fight besides have the championship belt? I'll wait. All the Tank fans, that's hating. I ain't what stop me when I say something that's a lie. Truth ain't never hating, man. That's all. That's all I got.
Okay, well, I appreciate that soliloquy about the past, but your question was, the question you asked was, when is he going to fight another champion?
At 135.
And the question to that, and the answer to that question is whenever they decide to fight him.
So you
because as of right now, the situation is the following.
Okay.
Shakur Stevenson is injured, and he signed with Matchroom, and he has a fight that he's looking forward to with William Zepeda into February. So if you say he fights William Zepeda in February, then when would he be available to fight Gervonta? He would be available to fight Gervonta maybe 5 months later, something like that. So let's just say that it winds up being in the June, July timeframe. So that's to answer to your actual question is that Shakur, that's a possibility, maybe then.
Okay.
Then Lomachenko, well, Lomachenko said no to the fight for this year, but he said, hey, I'll be back next year. So there is a possibility that he could fight Lomachenko when Lomachenko returns. So that's number 2. Berinchyk is with Top Rank, and I don't really know what the situation is with Berinchyk. I couldn't give you an honest answer on that. However, seeing as Berinchyk is actually with Bob Arum, and he is looking to fight Lomachenko, I don't think Bob Arum is going to both negotiate for Lomachenko and Berinchyk. So what's going to happen is more than likely, it's going to be either or of those guys in the beginning of the year, or if he fights Lomachenko, let's say, because Lomachenko's not even going to train. Lomachenko's probably not going to be back to April. So maybe it's going to be, so if he's not negotiating, I mean, he would be, if he was waiting for Lomachenko, he'd be there out in April. So that's when I think the answer to your question is. The rest of your conversation that you had, I think really, and I could be wrong, and I want to be respectful because, like I said, I don't want to debate, but I think you just took an opportunity to give some subjective opinions about some past events that really didn't relate to the question that you asked me, and were more stated for the sake of, I don't know, you know,
just showing the pattern.
Drama.
No,
Drama.
Showing the pattern of this guy saying he wants to fight everybody, but then when the opportunity presents itself, oh, he just
no, that's not the pattern that you displayed.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Let me be clear what you said. What you talked about was Lomachenko saying that Tank didn't want to fight him. You talked about Gervonta Davis being in that weight division for a series of years and not fighting another champion. You used examples like that.
Right.
You did not use an example where Gervonta Davis said he didn't want to fight these guys. So you just introduced, respectfully, I submit, that you just introduced a new narrative. You started off with a question, then you went into a narrative totally unconnected to that question, and now that I've refuted this question, or at least giving my opinion, you moved on to a third one. Would you like to move on to? Would you like to move? Hey, Boxing Hacker, I see you, bro. Boxing Hacker, I saw you.
It's all pertaining to the same thing of him not he's just not challenging himself to be great. Even though I think only one man beats him, man. That's Devin Haney. I think he beats everybody else at 140 and 135, but I don't get paid to think, I get paid to drive. You hear me? So I gotta see it. I gotta see him beat these people. And it seems like a pattern with him. Every time the fight is there to present itself, like after the Kambosos fight, he went and signed 2 contracts to fight 2 Garcias. Hey, Devin's free. What you signing 2 contracts for? Then with this Shakur situation, it was a period here over the last couple of months where both of them was free. And the Tank fans were saying, oh, he's in the Olympics. What that got to do with anything? Do you think they're going to be face-to-face in the States, negotiate, or over the phone? Why was him
Can you repeat that, brother? I'm sorry, because I got a text from somebody who was more important than you.
Oh, boy. That's cool.
Continue, though. Can you repeat that question, though, for real?
Yeah, I'm just saying, why is when it comes to every time the fight presents itself, he's always got an excuse. Well, not him. He don't say nothing when fights is ready, but he sure talks a lot when everybody's tied up. Because him and Shakur was just going at it. Oh, I'm gonna get you, boy. Stop calling out Floyd, and I'm gonna get you. Bitch, I'm gonna get you. I knocked you out. I broke your tooth. All of that. But then when both of them was free 40 days ago, both of them was free. Shakur didn't have no fight, no cordinas, no hand broken. Tank didn't have no fight. Still don't got no. Why wasn't the offer sent to Shakur like it was sent to Loma now? And
why wasn't what?
Well, you see how we was all privy to knowing Loma turned down the offer that GTD reached out to. Why they didn't come back and say?
Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Do Train Drain. Do Tang Drain. I think you playing me with that name, but thank you so much for the $10. And he said, hey, just testing to see if Super Chat's working was not working before. It was. I was just slow getting to it. And Lee Jackson said, but Shakur can pull former champs up. Get the F out of here. That's what Lee Jackson had to say.
Well,
go ahead,
let me address Lee. Shakur fought to Herring and Valdez. He's a 3-division champion. You know, he's fought champions in his respective weight class. Tank hasn't in 6 years. So Shakur going to 135 and doing that before reaching the top of 135, I don't agree with pulling them little dudes up.
Question. How many champions did Devin Haney fight at 135 to become undisputed?
He fought one standing champion.
There you go.
He fought
one champion. He fought one to get all 4.
Okay. But
Shakur Stevenson has fought
none.
So
none
no, listen.
Okay.
Devin Haney has never unified belts.
He undisputed.
Yeah, but he never unified belts, though.
Okay, but he undisputed.
No, listen to me. I didn't say that he wasn't undisputed. I said he's never unified belts.
But he undisputed the belts, though.
Sir.
That is unified.
He has never unified. What you're asking Gervonta Davis to do is something Devin has never done.
But
Devin at 135. Listen, Devin was never a champion at 135 and fought another 135-pound champion.
Yes,
never.
He did. Yes, he did.
Who
do you think George Kambosos was?
George Kambosos was the WBC champion.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Devin was the WBC champion.
Sir,
no.
He was the WBC.
Devin was the WBC champion.
No, he was the WBC world champion. There was a WBC franchise champion.
Okay,
And what he
franchise
did was,
don't count.
listen, that's a consolidation of belts. That's not a unification,
Okay.
sir. That's a consolidation of belts. That's not a unification.
The unification was George had what? The WBO and the IBF.
He had the he had the WBC franchise, he had the WBA, he had the IBF, and he had the WBO. He had he had 4 championships in 4 major sanctioning bodies. He got all of those before he fought Devin. He already had a championship for the WBC.
He had 3 belts.
Sir, no, he had 4 titles.
Come on, man.
You
Why
may
we
not
always
consider. Listen to me. I mean, we're having a serious conversation for the sake of understanding.
So let me kill it then.
No, don't kill it. Let me explain it. No, I'm not. You're not going to kill anything until I say it. You're not going to kill anything until I say it.
I most definitely did.
I haven't even said it. I haven't even said it.
You have. You just said that Kambosos had all 4 belts. He didn't. He had
Sir,
3.
I'm still saying
he did, then Tio
I have not said what I'm going to say.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead. I'll just do you like you do me. Stop before the live get out.
Look.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Devin had a WBC a WBC consolidation of belts between the WBC franchise and the WBC, and it was up to Devin which one he took. He could have taken a franchise belt if he wanted the franchise belt. I got to put you on mute because of the feedback. He could have taken the franchise belt if he wanted and been the WBC franchise belt champion. That was his option. Or he could remain the WBC world champion, which is the option that he took. So that wasn't a unification fight. All of the unification was already completed by George Kambosos. He had combined titles in all 4 major sanctioning bodies. The only issue was that there was a question about which one was the real WBC championship. Was it the WBC franchise or was it the WBC world title? He settled it when it got combined with him. And he said, I don't want the franchise. I will take the WBC world title, which is, by the way, the exact same thing Gervonta Davis did when Devin vacated the WBA super. He didn't say, let me have the super. He said, I don't want the super. I just want the championship that I have. So that was a consolidation of belts for Gervonta for the WBA. That's a consolidation of belts for Devin Haney with the WBC.
Come on, Fernand. You can't let hate distort your logic, home. So was Tio undisputed at 135? Was Tio undisputed at 135?
He had titles.
Was
George
Kambosos undisputed?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. What I am not going to do is talk about whether or not he was undisputed. Your question is around unifying. Not undisputed, unified. Unified is a connection of 1 or 2 or more. So just a 2 is a unification. I'm not talking about undisputed because that draws into question whether or not the WBC title, the WBC world, or the WBC franchise was the actual world title. But we know that they were both titles in the same division. And when Devin fought George Kambosos, that issue went away because they were consolidated into the WBC world and the WBC world alone. Devin Haney has never unified titles between sanctioning bodies. George, the first person to unify all sanctioning bodies and be a champion in all 4 major championships at the same time was Tio. You may not call it undisputed, fine. Say there was a dispute because of the WBC, but you can't deny that what he did have was a belt, a major title in all 4 sanctioning bodies. So George Kambosos did not unify with him.
Would you say that?
Listen, He didn't have anything. So
you
George
say the lightweight championship
listen, what I'm trying to do is prevent any conflation of the term undisputed with unified.
You wrong.
Devin was undisputed. Listen, Devin was undisputed, but he never unified. Just like Jermaine Taylor was undisputed, but he never unified. The undisputed champion at 160 pounds was Bernard Hopkins. When Jermaine Taylor beat him, he became the undisputed champion without ever unifying. So Devin was an undisputed champion, just like Jermaine Taylor, without ever unifying. And you're asking Gervonta Davis to do something Devin Haney never did. To be clear, the only person between the three of those people that unified a title was Gervonta, who did unify titles. Gervonta, listen. Gervonta
Davis never unified in no division.
Yes, he did.
When?
He unified titles when he fought Leo Santa Cruz.
How do you unify?
Because he fought at a weight which was 129 for a 135-pound fight.
Right. You can't unify two different division titles.
I'm sorry, that's fair enough. He was a two-division champion at the same time. So he fought a champion in his own weight division. So no, it wasn't a unification, but he beat another reigning champion in his own division.
Right.
Which was Leo Santa Cruz, and you can't argue against that.
I know the history. That's not what I argued against. I said he's never unified at 30. And being undisputed is unifying.
Yeah, but being undisputed is unifying for sure. But no, it is not.
Right.
Not if it's already unified.
What unified
you're not unifying if it's already unified.
You sound crazy on me.
Really? Is Tyson Fury, when Tyson Fury beats Alexander Usyk, is he unifying belts?
Yes.
No, he's not. The belts are already unified.
How? When Tyson had one belt?
No, because Alexander Usyk has 3 belts and Tyson Fury has none.
No, wait. When they fought, Tyson
fight coming up, not previous.
Yeah, because
their next fight, is that a unification fight?
Usyk became undisputed when he beat Fury.
Sir, I understand that. That was the unification. Listen.
Right. That was the
unification.
Right.
Listen.
Right.
Listen, not right.
Yeah. You just said
if Alexander Usyk were to lose to Deontay Wilder in his next fight, Deontay Wilder will be a unified champion, but he would have never unified belts.
So, listen, if you beat the champion who's unified, that makes you a unified champion. Right,
but that doesn't mean you unified the belts. Listen. If I got this, I can agree with that.
I can agree with that. But
of course, it's obvious you could agree with that. Of course, you agree with that.
You didn't unify him. You just beat the champion who did unify him.
Exactly, and that's what Devin did.
No, he didn't. Devin had a belt.
He did.
Come on, man.
Yes, he did. He beat the guy. He beat the guy that unified.
Did Devin have the major belt? Okay,
yes, he did, but we already
Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this.
Listen, no, hold on. I'm going to say this, and then I promise I'll let you go. But it is very obvious, and you already said it's true, that you can be a unified champion without actually unifying belts, because somebody else could have already unified them, and then you beat him and take both.
Correct.
That makes you a unified champion, even though you never unified.
Right. That's correct.
Devin Haney never unified. He consolidated the WBC. The other belts were already with, all the other belts were already with George Kambosos. That is a consolidation. That's not a unification.
So what you're saying is, let me ask you this question. Okay. At 135 in the lightweight division, how many franchise champions
have it been? How long did that belt exist? Is it still in existence? And how long did it exist to make this the primary belt? To make this the prestigious belt?
Sir, look, we're not going to have a debate. I like how you're trying to
who
pull
did
me.
that? Who
Dude,
made
I
that
know,
the primary
sir,
belt?
for the sake of this discussion, I am not going to engage in a discussion about whether or not the franchise belt is a legitimate belt for purposes of unification, for Undisputed or any of that. Because guess what? There's also an interim champion there. Okay? There are more than one champion in different sanctioning bodies. We know this is a fact.
Yeah, but the interim champion can't unify.
With the WBA, it's the same thing, Rollo. That's why I use the example of the WBA. Gervonta Davis
no, it's not.
It is.
Listen.
It's a consolidation of the belts. They had two titles. One was the WBC franchise, the other one's the WBC World. Devin had his pick of which one to take. Do you recall that Devin had his pick of which one to take?
No, I don't recall that. I recall.
Would you like for me to look up and give you the citation from Mauricio Suleiman when he said the reason that Devin is not the franchise champion is because Devin didn't ask to be that? But if Devin had asked to be that, he would have been that. Devin decided not to do the franchise title. If Devin had made the decision to keep the franchise title, he still would have been undisputed. But he would have been undisputed with the same titles that George Kambosos had. I'm telling you, it's a very flawed logic that Devin Haney fans used during that time. What's next? Because you know I'm right, Rollo. Let's be real.
So what you're saying? He had a choice to take the franchise belt at what point? Before the Kambosos fight or after the Kambosos fight?
Both. After he beat him, he had to beat him. He could have petitioned to become the WBC franchise champion just like Teofimo Lopez did. You remember what you guys got so mad about because they changed the rule? That it was supposed to just be, it was never supposed to be something that could be transferred.
Right, yeah. Well,
guess what? It could be transferred to Devin. Devin chose not to have it transferred to him. Like Tio chose to have it transferred to him.
Because he called it a duck belt.
But it doesn't matter because he had the choice.
Well, I just want y'all to understand the heart of a champion.
Don't do the heart of a champion, brother, because we got the WBA over there too, bro. He has a duck belt. He had a duck belt too.
For Loma to duck Devin, and after Devin cleared that up, he threw the belt in the garbage. I don't want that shit.
Well, good. He said he doesn't want it. That's my point. So thank you for admitting that key piece of evidence.
He had the real belt. That's what I'm telling you.
I appreciate you.
That he unified with when he fought George Kambosos.
Hey, dude, I appreciate you acknowledging that it was Devin's choice. His choice. So therefore, that's a legitimate belt. Because he could have chose it.
Nobody believes in that belt.
It's the same thing as the super.
So
Gervonta Davis could have chosen to get the WBA super title. He could have chosen that. That was his choice, wasn't it?
He turned it down. I think he said he didn't want to be the email champion.
He said he didn't want it. He said you can keep that shit.
I don't know why, because he deserved it.
No, because he said you can keep that shit. I don't want it. I'll be the champion with what I had. That consolidated the belts, but he kept mandatories.
I know,
he kept it so he'd have to fight a mandatory.
Well, I think that his belt is the duck belt too, but
that was Devin's belt.
The WBA? No, he didn't have.
No, the WBA
Super
World title is not a duck belt because they have mandatories. The WBA Super
I know it, and we've been through this. See, I look at it different. I look at it as when you're the WBA champion and there's a super champion, you're supposed to take that regular belt, the original belt, and say, this belt allows me to fight the super champion, which he never
But it doesn't. It doesn't.
But it does.
No, it doesn't.
Tank could never unify with that belt.
Dude, no, it doesn't.
Unified because he can't unify. Why? Because he's got to consolidate the belt.
Sir, you're not telling the truth because you just said he can unify.
He can't unify with the WBA when there's a super.
Sir, no, you said he, but so since there is no super, now he can unify.
Yeah, now he can unify. But
that's my point. He consolidated the belts.
He didn't consolidate them.
Yes, he did because he's the champion.
Dropped the belt.
Sir, there's only one champion for the WBA right now. There used to be two. When you used to have two, but now you have one, that's called consolidation. Maybe you don't know the definition of consolidation.
No, that's not called consolidation because the belt don't exist no more.
It is. You consolidated your championships into one by getting rid of one and keeping the other. That's consolidation.
So what did he do to consolidate the belts?
He consolidated the belts by staying in that weight division and Devin Haney leaving it. It consolidated the belts. So actually, it's the WBA that consolidated the belts because they didn't know it. They didn't name a new one. They just got rid of it.
Well, they offered it to
a
him
consolidation
down, of which he shouldn't have turned it down because he rightfully should have been the super champion.
Yeah, but he did turn it down. So let's deal with facts and not what occurs.
He did.
Yeah, but let's deal with facts. Let's not talk about
the fact is,
just like Gervonta.
Never unified.
But didn't Devin Haney deserve the franchise belt?
No.
Why not?
No.
He beat the franchise champion.
Because the belt, it was a duck belt. We didn't want that bullshit. We got the heart.
But the WBA is a duck belt too.
The Haney's got the heart of champions.
Hold on, I'm confused, man. Seriously.
The Haney got the heart of champion. They didn't want that duck belt, like he said.
Hold on, I'm confused, man. I'm really confused, Rollo. I'm confused.
I know it.
If the WBA is the WBA belt is a duck belt,
not that,
but
if
the WBA is a duck belt,
right?
And Gervonta Davis earned that duck belt, and he should have taken it. And that's one case.
I didn't say,
but with Devin, it is Devin was offered a duck belt, but he shouldn't take the duck belt because he don't want that bullshit.
Because he had the real belt. What the hell I want?
But so does Gervonta. But so does Gervonta.
Yeah, but okay. When you read the WBA rules, it says that you're the super champion when you unify the belts or defend the regular belt.
No, that's not what it says. It says they have the ability to name you that if these circumstances are named. That's the same thing with the same thing with the franchise belt. Man, I love this conversation, Rollo.
They brought the franchise belt just poof out of thin air. It's never been won at lightweight champion in the world.
Yeah, but they did the same thing for the WBA Super in about 2008. Poof. In 2008, it came out of nowhere.
At the lightweight?
Yes. Juan Manuel Marquez. I believe it was Juan Manuel Marquez. In the early 2000s.
16 years ago. So if we do that, all the belts are you can go a point in time where all the belts wasn't respected and didn't gain the respect yet. You see what I'm saying? You can do that with all the belts basically.
Okay, good. Now you're arguing in favor of the franchise belt. You made an inadvertent switch to the other side that time, Rollo. You should walk that back. You should walk that statement back.
My argument with the franchise belt is that's why I asked you, how many franchise champions have it been at lightweight?
Sir, you know exactly how many franchise champions.
I know it.
3.
So we can't
three.
Respect the belt.
There was 3. Excuse me, sir. There have been 3 WBC lightweight franchise champions. Would you like me to count how many super champions there have been at lightweight? I'll do it. Because it's not a lot.
You can't count it off the head. It's been a lot.
No, of course. Why would I do that? Because I may give you a wrong answer.
It's been a lot. I would disagree.
Sir. There's no need to do that. There's no need to guess.
It's long enough to respect.
Sir, there's no need to guess.
The other sanctions bodies don't acknowledge the franchise belt, the WBA.
Sir. Dude, the box rec doesn't acknowledge the WBA at all. Gervonta Davis is not a champion according to the WBA right now.
According to the box rec, you mean?
No, according to box rec, Gervonta Davis is not a champion.
He's most definitely the champion. He's
not, because he's not listed as according to box rec, he's not listed as a champion.
He beat old Gamboa.
Sir, he's literally not listed as a champion on this. Let me show you.
Cool.
No, let me show you what Let me show you what happened.
I don't respect
Okay.
that, though.
So we don't have to talk about what BoxRec recognizes.
I don't
anymore.
respect BoxRec then.
Yeah, but then don't talk about what they recognize and they don't recognize.
You brought it up. I never brought BoxRec
Dude, you
up.
just did.
I never brought BoxRec up.
Anyway, okay, fine. Here, whoever brought it up,
over,
I'm
man.
gonna finish it.
Let me see what's in that cup.
Dude, look, man, come
Turn
on.
that cup over. Let me see.
Let's not degrade ourselves.
I
Do
know
you
what
see
coffee
anywhere here where it says Gervonta Davis is a championship fight?
I agree with you. I'm not going to argue that.
So therefore,
What's BoxRec? I know the history.
I do believe it's the official. I do believe it is. It is claims to be the official record keeper of boxing.
Ain't no way in there on the knowledge of WBA.
Dude, they don't acknowledge. You didn't have a problem when they didn't acknowledge the WBC franchise.
I didn't bring up BoxRec. I
You
said
brought
the
up
other.
and not being listed on a BoxRec a bunch of times.
No, I didn't. I said the other sanctioning bodies.
Not today. In the past, you brought it up a bunch
I
of
don't
times.
even fool with BoxRec. You know I'm a Wikipedia dude. With
Come on, man. You're a Wikipedia.
I don't even fool with BoxRec. I just
Dude,
don't
where
like
you think
that.
Wikipedia gets their information from, Rollo?
I really don't care.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
Wikipedia gets their information from BoxRec, bro.
Okay, that's cool.
If you go to Wikipedia, anybody's boxing record they got on Wikipedia comes straight up out of BoxRec. So how can you be looking for the secondary source, Rollo?
That's cool. I just like Wikipedia because they go into more detail about the careers of the boxers.
Dog, Rollo, dog. You hate on. Let me, dog. I like chopping it up with you, bro. Let me dumb this conversation down a little bit.
They're gonna give you.
I'm a little bit. You swimming a little bit outside of your depth, Rollo.
Just gonna show you that Tank Davis is undefeated knockout. But Wikipedia gonna let you know his chump ain't fought no champion since Chris Rival.
Dog, so somebody like you wrote that Wikipedia.
Wikipedia gonna let
Lee
you know
Jackson said, but Shakur can pull former champ. Get the okay, my guy. Phenomenal show said out to travel on work, but my lady got a package yesterday, including a book. Nope, appreciate you. Yes, sir. Oh, it said including the book. All right, that's what's up. I'm glad you got it and you liked it. Yeah.
Sound like Tank Davis' teammate don't believe in him, man.
Hold on a second. Cal Cooler said Rollo trying to totally disregard the franchise belt as it wasn't the WBC version, as if it wasn't the WBC version of the Super. That's what his argument is based on. Yeah, he's just swimming around. I enjoy it, though. It's a good conversation. I appreciate Rollo coming to talk to me today. Rollo, you're admitting Tank has the real belt. And Windy City Assassin says the WBC franchise and the WBA Super are the same thing. They operate the same way in principle for sure.
They don't, and they're not. One has to be earned, one can be given. We clearly seen that.
No, they both have to be given.
No.
Yes, they do. They both have to be given.
No, one has to be earned. The Super has to
Hey,
be
how did
earned.
Gervonta Davis get the 130-pound WBA title?
He beat
How
up
did he get
Leo
the
Santa
WBA?
Cruz.
How did he get the WBA Super?
He beat up Leo Santa Cruz for it.
No. Before that, the first time
He went and beat. I forget that dude he beat, and that's why it's so ridiculous.
I think it was Ricardo Nunez, somebody like that.
Some nobody he went and beat in the
Right,
Vegas.
but hey, do you know who the last
ridiculous.
super champion? But who was the last WBA super champion before that?
At what lightweight?
At 130. Giselle Corrales. Jog your memory. Giselle Corrales.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Did you know when Giselle Corrales lost his belt?
Nah,
I can tell you that too. No worries, because it's all right. Not everybody would know that. That's okay.
he
He lost to a guy named Alberto Machado. You remember Alberto Machado?
Nah, I don't remember him.
Okay, Alberto Machado is a Puerto Rican, tall, long Puerto Rican who beat Giselle Corrales in a title fight. But the problem was that Giselle Corrales had missed weight. So Giselle Corrales was stripped of his title, and the only title that was on the line was the WBA. Or the only person that could win a title was Machado.
Okay, what's your point in all this?
So much. I got to give you the history because people are listening, so they know what I'm talking about. So you understand the whole context. I know some people on YouTube aren't big with context. So what happened was Alberto Machado winds up beating Giselle Corrales.
Okay. And he became the Super after that?
Well, interesting story. He didn't become the Super champion, even though He beat the guy who had lost his WBA super title on the scale.
Oh, well,
He became the WBA world title.
okay.
Because they decided that they were not going to put the WBA super title on the line for him. They were just going to put the vacant WBA world title on there for him. So he fought the WBA super champion, but got the WBA world title, which tells you right there that is the determination made by the choice of the WBA. The WBA could have, if they had decided, put the WBA super on the line, but they decided no, not for Machado. So they let that go vacant. And guess what else happened? Guess what happened then? Poof, out of nowhere, magically, the WBA put that on the line for Gervonta when he fought Nunez or whoever it was.
Put the super on the line for Tank?
Yes. The super there was no WBA super champion, reigning WBA super champion when Gervonta Davis got it. When Gervonta Davis got it at 130.
So he was gifted a title.
You can say whatever you want. Gifted, not gifted. The WBA decides who gets the WBA super and who gets the WBA world.
They was trying to.
It is a designation. It is a designation reserved for specific people. Just like the franchise was. It operates the same way. I'm telling you, from a structural standpoint, an administrative standpoint, a championship, any way you want to cut it, it operates in every material way. It operates the same.
So where's this franchise at now?
It's still there, just like the WBA Super is still there.
Does a boxer have the right to dead the super belt? You see what I'm saying?
The WBC has the right to do whatever it wants to do with any belt, including create a new one. It's their belt. That's their house.
Let me ask.
Look, the WBC is similar to me and you. I could be arguing with you and boom, your ass is in the back. Because it's my platform. So the WBC is Mauricio Suleiman's platform. He decides that stuff. And so do the other people that are oversee the governance of the other sanctioning bodies. They do the same thing.
And we basically seen Mauricio cater to Bob and Loma and change the rules as they went along.
And Devin too. And Devin too. And Devin too. And Devin too.
Put some respect on his name. Yeah, put some respect on Haney's name, man.
And Devin too.
Yeah, Devin threw that shit in the trash.
I've seen him bend rules for Devin too.
Devin threw that shit in the trash, and Devin coming back fighting the champion.
Devin, I'm saying he did it is for Devin as a WBC champion.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He didn't. He emailed him. Yeah, he emailed Devin the WBC world title.
Yeah, because he didn't want him to beat his white boy up. Let's keep it real.
It doesn't matter. They still gave him something.
Real. Hey,
they
man,
still gave him something.
Alone. Here, take this and leave our white boy alone.
They still, over here. Bro, the WBC.
Let's keep it real.
The WBC bent over backwards for Devin.
Backwards for the Loma.
Backwards for Devin.
And then they was over at line. I didn't ask for it. Then Bob said, well, he asked for it. Loma, I didn't ask for it. Y'all, get the fuck. Y'all running screwed chicken from the Haney. Hey, and look, it been so boring. You talking about the Haney fans. Ain't nobody fighting. Ain't nobody talking. Ain't nobody calling Tank out. Everybody got excuses, but the Haneys be on them bitches' ass. You hear me? The Haney don't cut no nigga no break. They be on Tank's ass, been on his ass for 7 long years.
Man, you ain't heard a word out of Bill Haney in like 3 months.
They coming back fighting the champion. We just coming off
you ain't heard nothing out of Bill Haney.
Scandals out of our spot. It's all good.
You ain't heard nothing from Bill Haney since Sniffgate.
Scandals is out of our spot.
You ain't heard nothing from Bill Haney since.
Bill go live every day, man. What you talking
when?
Bill
he goes live?
Every day, man.
Where'd he go live yesterday?
Bill go live every day, man.
Where'd he go live yesterday?
Ain't we coming back fighting the champion?
Where did he go live yesterday?
When's Devin's next fight?
Bro, when did he go live yesterday?
He go live sometime. He ain't. They've been working, man. They had to get back.
Where's the last time you've seen him live?
I've been about a couple of weeks, probably. You're right.
A
Had to
couple,
get back in
maybe
the
a couple
gym, man.
weeks.
Had to get back in the gym, man. With too much talking. I had to get back in the gym, man. Get back to what got them, man. That's all. Motherfucking scandal them out of their spot. The world loved it. Bunch of niggas sitting around waiting on the young black man downfall. That's cool. They be back stronger than ever. They be back stronger than ever. Right back in the title fight. It ain't nothing.
Eddie Hearn said he wanted him to fight. No, Eddie Hearn said, nah, dog. You gonna take some quarters and go fight some easy ass fight to get your game back.
That's cool. That's cool. Eddie don't run the
What do you think Devin should do next, man? You think Devin should fight Jerron?
I want him to fight Tank.
You think it's so he need to go back down to 135 and get Tank?
No, Tank got to come up to 140. We know Devin can't do 135. But if you're talking about going up to fight who? Pulio, wasn't it? No, Rayo, I mean. What's the difference? We both at 140.
He wasn't talking about fighting Rayo.
I thought they was talking about fighting Rayo. Rayo said
no, that's what YouTube talking about that. What Rayo said was, I don't know what y'all talking about. I got a rematch clause with Isak Cruz.
So GTD was never talking about fighting.
Can I make an observation, dog? I used to think you was just a fucking idiot.
Who?
You. But you're not.
You can't, you know, you be drunk early in the morning, so you can't, you know what I'm saying? That alcohol, bad motherfucker, man. It's killing us, man. Put it down, man. I don't indulge myself. Alcohol, bad motherfucker, man. Distort your thinking.
Nah, for real, bro. You smart. You a whole lot smarter than you sound, dog.
I mean, I would hope so. I rose from the trenches. You see what I'm saying? I bet you couldn't have had my start and made it to where I'm at. Bro.
What was your start?
The bottom.
Mine was at the bottom. Mine was bottom too. I started at the bottom, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
I started at the bottom.
You couldn't have made your own business and made it where I made it.
What you talking about, nigga? You sitting in my business.
From foods. Yeah, but you
sitting in my business.
Yeah, but
my business is bigger than yours.
Your parents was millionaires, though. That's what I mean by the bottom. We come from.
Hold on. What you talking about?
We get it out the mud.
Andy Gill says, "Stop lying to that fool for none." I'm not lying. What the fuck you talking about? You don't know where I came from.
That's all you do is lie. That's all you do is tell
your ass out of Andy Gill. That's why your ass is up out of here.
You started at the bottom.
What you talking about? I stand on that. I stand on that. I started at the bottom.
You went to prep school for now.
What are you talking about? I started at the bottom, homie.
What do
you want?
For now, you went to your parents was millionaires.
What are you talking about? My parents were millionaires when I was grown. We worked for that shit. Are you kidding me?
Of course they did.
I didn't even have a dog. I didn't even have a. How old? Let's talk about coming from the bottom.
Proud of you. We proud of
you. How old were you when you had? Hey, how old were you when you had your first room to yourself?
When I got a grown man.
That was the first time that you had your own bedroom?
Yeah, when I got my own house.
Oh, that's.
I come from the bottom, huh? you talking about?
That's about it. So you had your first bedroom.
Yeah, my own.
You were grown.
Yeah, when I was 17. You know what I mean? When I got.
Okay, thank you very much. I had my first bedroom at 16.
Yeah, but listen,
no, seriously, bro. No, I'm telling you, not my own bedroom. Listen to me.
You're missing what
no. Listen to me. I had my first bedroom at 16. Between the age of 6 and the age of 16, nigga, I slept in the middle of the fucking living room. So what you talking about? I didn't even have my own room till I was 17 years old.
In your mama's house?
In my mama and daddy's house.
Okay, so
we had 7 people in a fucking 3-bedroom duplex, nigga.
Okay,
you don't know what the fuck I came from?
Okay, let me break it down to you.
Let me repeat this. You don't know where I came from, bro.
I know, but let me break your start down.
I'm just smarter than you, homie. No, I'm not capping.
Listen.
I grew up in Lombard, Illinois, bro, with fucking street metal workers and fucking Irish gangs, nigga. Well, I was lower middle class at the best. I was lower middle class at the best, or upper lower class. Pick one. Hell no. Economics is cool. 7. Nah, bro. What I did was I gotta tell you.
We're proud of
you. I was born to a man. I was born to a man that was a hustler. I was born to a man that went to college as a college athlete, dropped out, became a hustler,
Right.
drove cabs, had a wife that said, you better fix your fucking life, got back in college, got a job, raised kids, and that shit started when I was a baby. So I steadily saw that man rise in wealth, in status, in our housing, in our cars. It was a trip that my daddy took us on because of what he does. I wasn't born into that.
You was though.
No, I was not born into that.
Okay,
I was born in Wichita, Kansas, on Green Street, where crime and prostitution was out there all the time. That's where the fuck I was born. He got us out of there.
Right.
So don't tell me that I didn't start there, because that's where I started. My daddy lifted me up. I didn't get out. No, listen to me. I want to tell you. I didn't lift myself out of there. My dad did such a good job, and God blessed me so much that I only saw the ride.
That's right.
I was in the car.
So you didn't come from the bottom. You don't
understand? Bro. We were in the bottom.
Cool. No,
we were in the bottom.
Your daddy.
Nah, dog. Stop that bullshit,
you had
bro.
a silver spoon.
Dog, stop that bullshit,
you got
bro.
college paid for.
Sir, I got college paid for by who?
Your parents.
By my student loans and my scholarships?
Like it was supposed to be.
Sir,
it's cool for
I got through law school on my brain.
Your daddy made it from the bottom.
Dog, I'm gonna get insulted in a second here.
I'm not insulting you.
Because I'm gonna tell you, dog, you're not gonna shame me for having a daddy that did his shit, bro. No, you are. See, because you're a fucking hypocrite. No, you're a fucking hypocrite. Because with Devin Haney, listen, you're a hypocrite.
Calm down, man. Calm down.
I'm not gonna calm down. Because Devin Haney.
Calm down. This is all you do. So don't grow up in the hood. Y'all don't know.
No, let's
cool.
talk.
It's cool.
Let's talk.
We're proud of you and yours.
Bro,
it's cool that you didn't come from the bottom. It's nothing cool about coming from the
mute. You say the same thing about Bill Haney and Devin Haney.
Which is
the only difference between me and Devin Haney is that Devin Haney was born with a rich daddy. I was not born with a rich daddy. I was born from a taxi cab driver.
I don't think Devin was born with a rich daddy.
He was born with a rich daddy.
Okay, wait a minute. You don't go to the feds like
he was
a couple of kilos.
Born
you're not rich
with
a couple of kilos.
Rich. I already know he was born with a rich daddy because he was living in a mansion in Las Vegas before Sean Porter and Kenny Porter even moved there. He was 8 years old walking out with Zab Judah.
Right, yeah.
Dude, he was wealthy from birth. What are you talking about? You don't have a problem. No, dog, you want to say, so I guess what is Devin then?
He's a rich spoiled kid.
That ain't
from
me.
The bottom.
Bro, that ain't me.
That nigga ain't from the bottom. He's a rich spoiled kid.
But I'm telling you, you're portraying me as if I'm Devin. I'm not Devin. I did not.
Most definitely a rich spoiled kid. You got to
I was not rich.
You grew up in a white
my daddy.
Excuse me, sir. You talking about?
Let me explain the difference between something for a nigga that ain't never had nothing. I was never rich. My daddy became rich. That's not my money.
Dude, that's the whole point we're making.
Sir, I was grown. I was a grown-up adult out of the house before he got it.
Come on, man, cut it out.
I was a grown adult.
Cut it out.
When I was a kid, my dad used to knock on my door when I was 14 years old and get me out of bed to get in a car at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning so we could subsidize our income by folding newspapers. The Chicago Tribune and the Chicago Sun-Times. I would get up in the morning and our family would get up in shifts so we could run 4 or 5 different paper routes so we could afford to keep the fucking house we're in.
That's cool. That's
so don't tell me, bro, that we didn't come from something. We ain't people that had to work to get where we are. There ain't damn near any black people in America that are grown, that are raised in a way. No, there are very few black people in the world that are raised in this United States that are raised the way you claim.
What do you mean?
There are very few black people that are born in America with a silver spoon in their mouth. The black upper class is, listen, the black upper class is really middle class. The people that we think are wealthy in the black community are middle class people.
Compare it to what though?
Compared to the rest of the population.
Okay, but we're not comparing. We're gonna compare it to us black people.
No, we are comparing to the rest of the population because we live in the United because we live in the United States, Rollo.
So right, so we got to compare it to my community, what I see.
Dude, you live in Louisville, Kentucky, the same neighborhood my mother grew up in.
Okay.
My cousins living right around your neighborhood, man. Stop it. That's where I was born.
Which is the poverty.
But no, listen, and I got you now. Because the neighborhood you grow up in is the same neighborhood my mama grew up in.
Okay.
And the neighborhood that I grew up in, that I was born in, was poorer than the area that my mama grew up in.
I doubt that.
So you better stop that shit.
Because
my mama's from where you're from.
Where she grew up?
My cousins are from where you think. She went to Central.
Right, with Muhammad Ali?
She went to Central. She went to Central, bro. My granddaddy used to own hat shops and all kind of shit in Louisville.
Right, rich.
My whole family, my whole family from Bardstown, Kentucky, from slavery forward, have been in your hometown, in the neighborhood that you grew up in.
Own this shit, but where we grew up at, ain't no black.
Sir, they're from the same place.
Ain't no black stores around her home.
Sir, not anymore. When my great-granddaddy lived, when my great-granddad lived in Louisville, Kentucky, and it was segregated, they owned stores during segregation.
Everybody did.
When did your family move to Louisville?
Forever. Everybody did.
What plantation y'all come from?
Before I was born. Let's put it like that.
What you don't know what plantation you came from? How far can you be? Because hey dog, we know the plantation, bro.
Yeah. Now, listen.
Do you know Do you know the plantation that your great grandparents were in?
Nah,
I do.
I can't say I do.
So thank you, dog. Don't tell me I don't know where you from, bro. I'm where you from.
I didn't. You're not.
I'm where you from, bro. My parents. We
okay,
know we're from Bardstown, bro.
Right.
We're in the plantation in Bardstown.
That's rich white people, homie.
Bardstown plantation.
Home. Bardstown is rich white people, home.
Bardstown plantation.
That's rich white people, home.
I know, but the slaves weren't rich. They were slaves.
And after segregation in Louisville, you're right. We did have a black section down here where
dude, who are you telling me, bro? I'm from. My family is from Louisville, bro. That's cool. Where we're from.
Cool. Now, what's your point, home?
My point is, bro. Don't tell me. Don't try to wave this poverty pimp shit in my fucking face, man.
It ain't about no poverty.
Yes, it is. You try to guilt trip me by claiming because your ass is logged on. Rollo, for real, I'm gonna say this politely.
You for what?
You take what I consider to be this. You take the weak man argument.
What's that? What's the weak man argument?
A weak man argument is that you just deny, and change anything one way or another.
Deny what?
You know full well that very few black people in America are literally born like
you was.
LeBron, no, like Bronny James.
Oh, yeah.
And not even Bronny James because of where his parents came from.
I'm even speaking on
how many people are really like third, fourth generation wealthy people in the black community? How many? Name a family that you know that goes 3 generations deep with wealth. I can name a bunch of white people that I can go back 5 generations of wealth.
Listen.
Name a black family. Think about it. You ain't got to name them. How many black families do you know?
I know one
that are doing well, that came from people that were doing well.
I know a couple. I know a couple. If I told you who my people's was, you wouldn't believe.
No, you don't have to say the name. I trust you because they're all over the place.
You familiar with he's probably about the 4th richest athlete, I believe, in the world ever.
Who?
4th richest athlete in the world.
Who?
Basketball player.
Who? Don't make me guess.
Who would that be? We got who?
Who?
Magic, Jordan, LeBron.
No, dude, no. The 4 highest. It's gonna be Michael Jordan. It's gonna be LeBron James. It's gonna be some soccer players. But who are you talking about? Don't make me guess.
Junior
who are you
Bridgman.
talking about? Who?
Junior Bridgman.
Okay, what about Junior Bridgman?
They come from. They got generations and generations of money.
No, they don't.
Well, you telling the lie.
You're a liar. Why would you lie on Junior Bridgman?
You telling the lie.
Yeah, I'm telling you the lie. The lie is Junior Bridgman was a journeyman NBA player who made a decent salary in the NBA. I think it was in the 1970s.
Right.
He then took his money and he started investing his salary into franchises.
Right.
So he bought a bunch of Wendy's.
For
He took his personal money.
Yeah, he did.
And he didn't come from rich parents. He took his NBA money.
Yeah, but
he was just an athlete.
I know, but what I'm saying is I can name his sons and daughters and then their kids.
Dude, that's one generation.
That's 3 generations.
No.
What are you talking
about? You
about?
know that they're wealthy?
Yes.
Or are they wealthy because of him? It's his money.
No, you tripping.
Dude, it's his money. I have money. It's not my son's money. It's not my son's money unless I give him money. If I give him money, then it's his money. But I have to give it to him. It has to be in his account. So if he's living in my house, dude, never make the mistake of confusing somebody that lives with wealthy people with somebody that is wealthy. My father was wealthy. My brother was wealthy. I'm not. I wasn't. I'm just in the house. It's a big fucking difference. Big difference.
So you think that Junior Bridgman's kids got their millions without the help?
Let me tell you what I think about Junior Bridgman's kids. I don't know who they are. I don't even know if he has one.
Yeah, he has 3.
Yeah, but you just told me that he had money beforehand, and you're talking about guessing forward. Listen, guessing forward about what he's gonna. Sir,
you said
you're guessing forward about. You're guessing forward about what his kids may have.
No,
Junior Bridgman is like 65 years old, bro. His kids are in his 30s. His kids may be in their 30s, 40s. That means that they've got some little kids, bro. Come on, man. That's not what I'm talking about. Listen. I'm talking about somebody like Elon Musk. Elon Musk, whose daddy got money, whose daddy got money, whose daddy got money. And by the way, not just did his daddy have money, his mama got money. And his mama, listen.
Black people, we don't got that luxury to go back.
Yes, no, well, exactly. So stop acting like we.
Generation where Junior started. I'm 1,000,000,000% sure that Edith, Ryan, and Jess got millions, right?
Who?
Those are his kids.
Let me help you. Let me change examples to illustrate this.
Those are his kids.
Would you say that Michael Jackson was wealthy?
Yeah, I would say Michael was wealthy.
Would you say that?
His
father and his family, that they created a very, very wealthy family?
Yeah, we could. I think it's safe to say that.
Okay, almost all of their grandkids work regular jobs and live in regular houses because they're not wealthy. Not almost any of them. The only kids that we know are wealthy are Michael's. Everybody else that you see, that is a that is a grandchild of the original Jackson parents, all of them are working class people, with the exception of Michael Jackson's kids who got that money directly from Michael.
Well, I don't think Tito.
There's a difference. See, what we're listening to what we're talking about here. Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Rollo, humor me for a second. There's a difference between money and wealth.
Yeah, we understand that. Which I don't think Tito was ever wealthy. Right?
So understand this. There's a difference between somebody that has amassed amount of capital, so much capital, whether it's land, money, investments, that their property earns a living for everyone around them. That is a money machine. That wealthy
that's Junior Bridgman.
Listen.
That's Junior Bridgman.
That's not Junior Bridgman.
Well, you telling the lie. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
I watched it.
That's not Junior Bridgman.
I watched it privy with my own eyes.
Sir, Junior Bridgman did not become an heir of a organization that creates a fortune. No, he is a start-up small business that does very, very well.
What do you call
Junior Bridgman? Junior Bridgman has a small business compared to the people you're talking about.
600 million from small business?
Yes.
That's not wealth?
Sir, $600 million of revenue every year brought in a business does not translate into $600 million of personal wealth for the person that owns it. However,
That's his
that
net
is
worth.
not, listen, that is not the same thing. Where does Turkey Al-Sheikh get his money from?
We haven't probably, I don't know.
You do know. It's called the money from the monarchy. The monarchy has trust and they make money regardless of what they do. They don't need money. It's already in place. That's not the case for Black Americans almost anywhere.
Well, you can't compare the
Sir, I am comparing it because it is a real thing.
They own the country. They own land.
Dog, look, man.
They can pull minerals from, materials.
Bro,
from.
That's fine. That's my point.
So we can't compare because Black, we don't own no land. We, everybody on the earth got land that they can mine and trade to the rest of the world. But Black people, we don't even got a land. Shit, we don't even got a name. I asked you what you are, you gonna say Black. I asked another one, he gonna say Negro. Ask somebody, we don't even know what the hell we are, let alone got our own land.
All right, I gotta let you go, bro, because right now you're not trying to understand. You're just spitting shit out.
Understand what?
I'm being very practical.
From a good.
No, I gotta put you on mute, bro, because I'm not gonna do that.
Background, huh? Okay.
Rollo, you're trying to match.
Man, it's okay.
You're trying to match point for something you don't understand. There are very few people that have generational money that is going to continue to reproduce itself and grow over time. That is extreme wealth, and that's not something that traditionally Black people actually have. What we have is our own individual lives and what we can do of it, and the ability to pass that start on to a child that hopefully can do the same thing for themselves. So we have to focus on education, on we have to do all of those things. We're not the Koch brothers, man. Okay, we're not the Koch brothers. We're not the Pritzkers. There's probably not a Pritzker or a Kennedy that has needed a job forever. We are just regular people, seriously, one generation, 2 generations out of the ghetto at best, all of us. But as soon as we move into the middle class, or somebody really busts out and makes a lot of money, all of a sudden we start thinking that we're really better and we've done something that has made generational change. I'll believe in generational change after about 4 generations. Because you can change one generation, but if you don't have the education and you don't have the view and understand what you're doing, then you're going to be right back to being poor right after that. Generational wealth, the primary generational wealth that should be passed is ability. It's ability. If you teach somebody to fish, as long as there's water in the damn pole, they're good. But if you're sitting around waiting around to gather $600 billion in a trust fund that can spin around and earn you 2 percentage points on it for the rest of your life, man, you're delusional. And with the financial systems the way that it is, that you're going to wind up losing that money through inflation, through taxes, and all kind of other issues anyway. And then if that happens, then what happens to the generations that pass after that, after what you created is gone? But yet you have these conservatives working so hard, Black conservatives working so hard to get rid of any type of advancement of understanding in schools that allow us to do it. Because they're deaf, dumb, and blind and sound no more intelligent about the things that they're talking about than Rollo just did. And y'all talk about y'all trying to do something, man. Y'all ain't trying to do nothing. Change nothing. You just squirrel looking for a nut and trying to figure out what piece of it you can get for yourself. And at the same time, acting as if you're doing it for the community. That's my take on cats like that. Only 10% of Black people only 10% Black people are more than like 125,000. Without a doubt. Are you back? You still here? I thought I put you off. Sorry. You done? Can we change subject and move on? You're on mute, Rollo.
I'm trying to figure out why'd you get upset for. I'm just saying you had a good upbringing, man. Your people still real good.
You don't know my upbringing, bro.
You told us, Fernand.
You don't know my upbringing.
You told us.
What did I tell you about? What's the name of the what's the name of the town I grew up in?
I don't know, but I know you lived in the white neighborhood in the 70s.
Oh, you just don't know, bro. I appreciate it though.
What? Wait a minute. Did you live in the white neighborhood in the 70s and go to school?
Did I
with
live
all
in a white
kids?
neighborhood in the 70s? I was born in a black neighborhood.
I didn't ask you where you was born at.
Yes, I lived in dude. I lived like next to.
This is my point.
Have you ever been in an area in? Let me explain Chicago to you, dude.
Been in Chicago.
There are poor. I lived with upper, lower class, sheet metal working janitors, gas station attendants, Klansman type white people. Yes.
Okay.
But that's not all white people are living in Oak Park, man.
So,
not all white people are living in Beverly Hills, bro. You talk about white people like they're all in Beverly Hills.
When you was in the 5th grade and you walked to the bus stop, you remember them walks to the bus stop?
No.
You got a ride?
I didn't have a bus stop. What I did was I walked through neighborhoods of white people and got called niggers from outside their house and had fights.
Right.
So no, I don't remember a bus, bro, because I didn't take a bus.
Okay. Either way, you walked to school then. I remember those days too. So when I walked to school growing up, I had to pass I always got a couple of dollars from the drug dealers because you got to pass them, right? I always got a word of encouragement from the hoes out there selling pussy because you had to pass them, right? All that. You might see a nigga laying down bleeding over by the dumpster or something that half dead. Did you have to go through any of those on your daily walk to school every day?
Well, I don't know. Let me see. When I woke up in the morning, I like how you did that. When I woke up in the morning, I would come up the stairs of the basement that I was sleeping in. No carpet basement, where I slept underneath some stairs. And I came up the stairs, and first thing I saw every morning was a big burn in my floor, where my loving neighbors tried to burn our house down when they found out we were moving there.
Right.
So what I then do is I then move and I walk outside and I go to my backyard and I look over at the bridge with all the beautiful artwork of nigga die, go back to Africa. We're going to burn that shit down again. Ku Klux Klan, swastika. No, it's not your point.
You're making my point. I love it.
It's not your point because I'm not even done. You're trying to manipulate.
That's all you had to worry about walking to school?
Bro, you don't know shit about my background, dude.
Damn. You had it good.
You don't know anything about my background, dude. You told me what that's what I saw when I walked out. That's what I saw.
That was a cakewalk.
That's a cakewalk?
Hell yeah, that was a cakewalk.
The Klan is a cakewalk.
Yeah, them was cakewalk.
The Klan is the Ku Klux Klan is a cakewalk.
Yeah, that was a cakewalk. That was a cakewalk. Some white boys.
Okay.
Cakewalk.
Yeah, I got you.
That's all you had to deal with walking to school.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you a question. Hey, are neo-Nazis and skinheads, are they walking in the park too? They walked in the park too?
I probably listen. I'm gonna be honest. I probably would have rather lived in that neighborhood you grew up in.
You don't know that. I wouldn't. I would
have to deal with some people calling me a nigga than to grow up in the neighborhood I grew in and be shot.
Oh, so let me get this right. You would rather grow up in a neighborhood where nobody outside your neighborhood wanted you anywhere near you. You are a complete spectacle where anybody that walked by you knew you didn't belong there because nobody your color is there.
Right.
You're the only male that has ever gone to that school in the middle of the 1970s busing situation.
Which is just
excuse me, I'm not done. You would rather leave the situation that you described, where some nice dude pats you on the head and gives you some money, and a woman that you know that sells ussy for a living likes you and touches you, and you go to school with friends. Get the fuck out of my face. Hey. I'll take your walk to school any day of the fucking week. I would love to have grown up in fucking Maywood instead of there. Any fucking day. And when I got out of that shit,
sounds good.
Listen to me, bro.
It sounds good.
I'm from Chicago, man. We kill niggas. White people kill niggas in Chicago. What are you talking about? People, nah, dude. People ain't even allowed out there at the time.
You have no clue.
They were not.
Your parents got you in
black
a good
people
situation
were not. Listen, black people. When I moved there, were not My family desegregated a neighborhood. They were not even allowed there.
First rich niggas in the neighborhood.
They're not rich. Everybody was poor, you fucking idiot. We're living in duplexes. What the fuck you think a duplex is?
First rich niggas in the neighborhood.
Ain't no we be the first rich nigga ever to live in a duplex.
First rich niggas in the neighborhood. Y'all still
first
poor?
rich niggas to ever live in a duplex.
Y'all was still poor. Y'all just wasn't poor.
Whoever lived. Come on, man. Anyway, we're done now. We're done now, Rollo.
I mean,
hey, Rollo, are we done now? What you trying to poverty pimp me?
I ain't trying to poverty pimp you.
Yeah, you are. You think you want to be like, I'm more black than you because I suffered. Nigga, you lied too much.
I didn't say I was more black than you.
Yes, you do. You say it all the time, bro.
Because
you one of these losers. Hey, look, bro, politely, do not blame other niggas for your failure. Don't blame other niggas for your failure.
What failures are you?
Your failure to get to do what my daddy did is get the fuck out of that box truck. Okay? Don't sit there and try to drag other niggas down because you still in the same neighborhood. Are you still in the neighborhood that you grew up in?
Are you fucking? No, I'm not.
You're not? How far are you away from it, bro?
I actually, you know what?
Are you still in Louisville?
Yeah.
You're not far from it, nigga. Don't lie.
You didn't let me finish.
You're in the same neighborhood you were born in, bro.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not. Actually, we moved to
now you're lying, Rollo. You're in the same neighborhood that you said you never wanted to live in.
No,
and you seem perfectly happy. I wonder how that is, Rollo. How can you live? How can you be grazed in the same neighborhood that you actually live in? Be happy that you live there, but hate ever having been there.
Yeah, but I wasn't though. I'm not.
You're not happy where you live?
I'm cool with where I live, but I wasn't raised in this neighborhood though.
You were raised somewhere within the same vicinity of Louisville, Kentucky. Where in Louisville do you go? Where exactly from Louisville do you go from the absolute gutter to the top?
Okay,
the city is old as shit.
Okay,
there ain't been new housing developments that I've seen around Louisville in a long time.
Yeah, but you don't know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about. The neighborhoods that I went to as a kid are still there. The same houses. My grandmama's house. My grandmama's house is still there, and that shit was built in the 1910s.
You're right. So let me explain it to you. In this city, the West is the bottom tier. It starts at 0. It's the worst, right? When Muhammad Ali grew up, when you say your mother had to grow up if she went to Central, she grew up in the worst neighborhood in the city. Okay, now that's the West. As you go east, it gets better. So,
where do you live?
So that's what I'm saying.
Where do you live?
Right now, I got a house in the West. But I grew up.
And you said so you live in the same area that you grew up in, nigga. Stop lying.
You're not letting me finish.
You just said you grew up in the West, which was the worst part of Louisville. And I asked where you lived. You said the West. You live in the same place that you grew up.
You're lying. You're lying. I never told you I grew up in the West. I couldn't. It's impossible.
You didn't grow up in the West?
No, I didn't grow up in the West.
Then you didn't grow up in the rough area. You didn't come up from the bottom then. Nigga, if you didn't grow up in the West, then you've been lying the whole time.
So you ready to get this?
My mama grew up in the West. How you grow up in the bottom if you ain't grow up in the West if the West is the bottom?
So I'm trying to explain it to you, but
you're trying to lie, nigga, is what you're trying to do.
What?
You from the West. You from the West, you still in the West.
Okay, you want me to be from the West for now? Do you want like any parents do, right? You want to get your kids in a better situation, right?
You sure like to write soliloquies about other things, man. Where do
I'm saying like any parent do. So
where do you live, bro? What side? Are you from the West or not? If you weren't from the West, where? The East?
It's not really the East. It's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Where's the rich area? Where's the rich area again?
It's farther east. So that's why.
So you're closer to the rich people than you are to where my people are from.
No, so let me explain.
No, it seems to me like you're closer to the rich people and my people are out there in the ghetto where I always knew they were.
So let me explain it to you. So
I'm from Louisville. I already know, bro. You don't have to do that to me. I already know.
You don't know.
You're lying is what you're doing.
About what?
You're lying about probably every bit of it.
About what?
Dude, you're either lying about originally being from the West.
I'm not originally from the West.
You said you're from the bottom, bro.
I am.
You said the pimps and the hoes. We're in the East of the pimps and the hoes and the prostitutes.
So this is what I'm trying to explain to you. So you got the West End, right? Then as you enter the East, it's still the projects, Clarksdale, Shepherd Square.
Were you raised in the projects?
Yeah and no.
So I'm getting it to you. So as like your parents, like you said, as y'all grew, y'all kind of went out far.
Bro, my people were from the projects, bro. Were you from the projects or not?
Yeah, I lived in the projects.
Nigga, then now when I tell you my people from the projects, all of a sudden you from the projects. Before that, your ass wasn't from the fucking projects.
Well, the West End ain't really.
Nigga, be honest about who you are, please.
Well, the West End.
My people from Louisville are from all over the place. They're from the projects. I got hundreds of relatives there, bro. Because we've been there since we've been there since like the 1700s.
So out here, the farther you go,
I know Louisville, bro. Right? I know what my cousins do. I know the dope dealers. I know the hoes. I know the pimps. I know it. So my point is, bro, that you are just making shit up for any argument to make any
what up?
Argument.
What did I make up about where I'm from, how I grew up? You want to see these bullet holes and shit all in my body? Shit.
Now you got bullet holes.
You want to see them? Look, you know.
Dude, do not show me your chest, bro. I'll throw you off.
You want to see the bullet holes?
Dude, do not show me off, bro. I am not about to look at bullet wounds, nigga. That shit may be. Thought that shit. For all I know, that shit could be a bad vaccination shot with your ass, or that shit could be a bad vaccination shot where it's pitted or something.
I don't do that. I don't do that vaccination. You crazy.
Bro, see, let me tell you something, man. If you started out east, it seems to me, if you started out east and you ended up west, that you shouldn't be talking no shit.
Yeah, but that's not the case though. Right? So, like I said, I grew up.
I hope y'all enjoying this conversation, man.
I grew up in a neighborhood that if you go to the left, it's murder and chaos. If you go to the right, you start getting white. See what I'm saying? And you can ask anybody from Louisville, what Newburgh is. So where I grew up, they used to say, y'all rich boy.
Why you say Louisville like a white person, by the way?
I don't. I say Louisville.
Yeah, you do.
Huh?
You say Louisville like a white person. I say Louisville like a white person.
Because you are white.
Most people out west, every white person that I really know, every person from the west that my family, they say Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah, they say Louisville. They say Louisville, but they say like Louisville. It doesn't quite sound like you say it.
Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
It's Louisville.
But what you said didn't quite sound like it.
Trust me. It's Louisville.
I trust you. I believe you're from there. I know you're from there now.
It's Louisville. Well, yeah, most definitely. I grew up on Section 8.
Well, and let me ask you a question, bro. What you put in spaghetti? I mean, what you put in chili? What you put in chili?
Noodles.
And what else?
Beans.
What kind of beans? What kind of beans? Kidney beans?
Yeah, kidney beans.
Yeah.
Yep,
I know what you eat, boy.
I know what you eat. I don't know what boy come from. What you say?
I know what your favorite meal is, dog. I know where you from. I know what your favorite meal is. Ain't that your favorite meal right there, dog? What you like them salmon croquettes?
Nah, you know what? I didn't eat salmon croquettes when I was growing up. I hated them. I hated them. Fucking hated them.
How you like them little switches? How you like them switches?
Switches.
Them switches. The original switches, not them shit they got in Chicago. The original switches.
What's that?
You don't know what a switch is?
No. What is that?
You from the bottom and you don't know what the switch is?
Talking about putting the guns? The guns?
No. I'm talking about something your grandmama's switch. Your mama's switch.
Getting the branch off the tree and get your ass.
Yeah, the switches. You ain't know. I'm about to say you don't know what a switch is. I don't think you from Louisville.
Yeah, you had to go get your own switch off the branch to get your
bro, that's where we're. Hey, just so you know, that's where I'm from.
Yeah, you had to go get your own.
That's what raised me. Now, I just want to be clear. That's what raised me. West Philadelphia and West Louisville. That's what raised me.
Come on, man. You was
that's what they came up out of. So just understand, you know where I'm from, brother. You know where I'm from. You know where my family's from, and you know what that is. So don't you sit up here and tell me that my mama coming up out of there came out any other way than you know how she came and what her attitude would be out of there.
She came from the West. I tell.
Bro, like I said,
your mama from the West is?
Projects.
What projects?
Are you from Are you from the projects?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no.
My family is from the projects.
What projects they from? I'm
not telling you where my family is. In case you get crazy, I may need to see them. I may need to see them come get you.
I mean, all the projects is tore down.
I'm not telling you where my family are specifically or who they are. You may get crazy acting. We may need to run up on you.
What the hell are you talking about?
We made the run up. You made to see we can run up 30 deep in Louisville on you,
For
boy.
what? Yeah, I
don't know because you sure do talk loose.
I don't want
just
none
kidding,
of that
brother.
smoke. I got honor roll
Hey,
sons and
Robert, I'm
daughters.
just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding.
I got honor roll sons and daughters. You hear me?
You got what?
Honor roll sons and daughters.
Man, that ain't my cousin. They ain't on the honor roll.
All three of them. I got honor roll sons and daughters. All three of them. Wouldn't have no other.
I have a suspicion you used to work for my cousin, depending on where you are.
Who's your cousin? I doubt it.
I don't know, man. I think you might have worked for my. How old are you?
I ain't never worked for nobody but myself.
How old are you?
I'm 44. Yeah, I ain't never worked.
You had to get it from somebody.
What you mean get what?
You had to get what you went to jail from somebody.
Yeah, the Migos.
You got it from the Migos.
Yeah.
You got it from you didn't get it from no one in Louisville.
Man, we ain't gonna go through that, man. I
You didn't get
went to federal prison for that.
That's my point.
I just told you who
I bet you I can find out who you got it from. When were you there?
When was I where?
Yeah, when did you go to federal prison?
About
what
20
year?
years ago.
Okay, I'll call my cousin, and I bet you I can find out where you got that.
I probably slapped your cousin around. What's his name?
No, I doubt that very much. You
I
would
probably
not be
slapped
talking to
him
me
around.
if you slapped my cousin.
I probably slapped him around.
Nah,
Tell me what project.
You would definitely not be talking to me right now if you slapped him.
I don't even know no Blackwells down here, baby. You know
No, it's not because they're not Blackwells. The Blackwells are in Philly. I'm talking about Louisville.
What's the Louisville's name?
I'm not telling you that.
What's their name?
I'm not telling you that.
What you scared of? I'm
not telling you what my family's name is.
Fucking
Bennett. My family's name is Bennett, nigga, and you ain't in it.
I know some Bennett.
My family is from Bennett. My family's name is Bennett, and you ain't in it.
But I ain't no threat.
All I know is this, though. I bet you if I make a call to Seattle, I bet you that I can find out exactly what your ass was doing in Louisville.
Oh, so you a Jackson.
Bro, I ain't no Jackson.
Your family's is the Jacksons.
And I ain't no Jackson. I ain't never heard of a Jackson in my life.
Yeah.
All I know is I can call Seattle and find out what you did.
So that's what I'm saying. If your family is from Seattle, but they stay in
no, my family is not from Seattle. No, they're not from Seattle.
Anything to do with Seattle?
No, bro.
But they live in Louisville.
My family is not from Seattle. He
came to the biggest rat in the city.
Let me break this to you, brother. The person that runs your neighborhood really don't live in your neighborhood.
Huh?
The person that runs your neighborhood really don't live in your neighborhood, probably never goes to it.
What do you mean run the neighborhood? Don't nobody run no neighborhood.
You was from the bottom, dog.
Don't nobody run the neighborhood.
Bro, I thought you was from the bottom, man.
You've been watching too many movies.
It's not movies, bro. When you have somebody that gets a certain amount, let me break this to you. When you get somebody that gets a certain amount of money listen, not everybody gets caught, bro.
And I didn't tie their
Rollo, man, I'm sorry, bro. We're having a real conversation. Bro, not everybody gets caught. And the ones that don't get caught got a lot. Rollo, come on, Rollo. I got to put you in the back. I got to put you in the back, bro. Because you're trying
watching too many movies, man.
Rollo, it's not a movie. If somebody get a certain amount of money and they don't get arrested, they're going to leave the area that they were in and buy a house somewhere else. And they're going to still do business over there, but they're just not going to be there.
Homie,
so they don't get arrested.
You crazy. You watching too many movies.
It's not movies, bro. Your ass got arrested. Those dudes ain't getting arrested. You don't think you don't? Do
that's
you
not
really
how it
do?
goes. I'm sorry.
I get your front on all this. You're front on all this shit, Rollo.
Once a nigga get big enough to get out the neighborhood, you are out of there.
Rollo,
coming back.
All I said was he could find out what you did then. I didn't say that he was there. I said he could tell you what you did then. I didn't say he's still there. He got out. Bro, there are cats that get out, bro, who know all that area, man.
Nah.
Like I said, dude, we've been there from the I said, we've been there since the 18th century, bro.
Listen, if you move out the hood 2 years later, you ain't got a clue what's going on.
What if you're still there?
2 years later, you don't got a clue what's going on.
Bro, I asked you what year you were there. That's the year. What year did you get arrested? I asked the year.
I told you 20 years ago.
So if you give me the year and he's there or they know what happened 20 years ago.
You can do the math. If this is
look, man, I'm not about to snitch out your whole shit. Dude, you need to stop.
It's 2004, right?
Dude, come on, man. If you know somebody's in a town You can call somebody that lived in that town and get what the word is and what's going on there. You got store owners there. You got high school teachers there. You've got all kind of people in all kind of places, bro. If you're from a place, you can find out what's going on real fast. If I want to go back to Chicago, I lived in Chicago for 30 years, bro. I can get the lay of the land in Chicago very fast. It's not tough. You can talk to police officers. Everything that I got, I can get from a police officer. Yes, you can. I can go to police. I can go to a police officer in Louisville, and I can find out a bunch of the stuff that I just talked to you about. Because that's people from the neighborhood. Come on, man. My mama still knows what's going on in Louisville. Not on that level, but what goes on in the streets.
Yeah, we talking about the streets. It don't work like that.
Bro, it's the street. It's the same. It's the same thing, man.
You never been there.
Dude, let me tell you something, bro. It is what it is. You can think what you think, but I know where you're from, dog, and I didn't grow up with no silver spoon in my mouth, man.
It's cool. It's cool if you did. Go get them then, man. Okay. It's cool if you did. I mean, it's cool. I'm not knocking you for having the silver spoon, man. I'm proud of the
bro. Where's my? Can I have my? Can I get some silver spoon now?
We proud of
missing
it. We proud of where you and your family. We proud of it.
You proud of me?
Making it. Yeah.
You proud of me?
Proud of it. Black man making it. You ain't got to be selling no drugs or killing no people or none of it. Yeah, man, that's what we love.
Bro, you sure do. You sure do glorify that shit.
Glorify what?
You switch between glorifying street life and acting like it's something that should be ashamed of. Pick one.
It ain't to be ashamed of.
Dog, pick one, bro. You brag about it. You brag about it in one breath, and the other breath you complain about it and act like it's a baggage.
So
bro, you're either proud that you did it or you're not. Pick one.
No, I'm proud that I survived it.
Dude, are you happy that you did it or not?
I'm proud that I survived it. It's not to be happy about.
Hey, it's been a lot of fun, Faralo. You know you full of shit, though.
Proud to survive it, not that. No, you know what I'm saying? That's not how it works. No nigga from the ghetto is
Faralo, it is how it works, bro. Because people that I know that got out of that stuff and don't do it, don't even talk about it. You brag about it regularly.
What did I brag about?
How would I know that you did it if you didn't brag about it?
Because we have conversations. And
you bragging about
the same way I know
about what I'm not. You're talking about what I'm not, Rollo.
The same
You're talking about what I'm not, what I don't do, what I don't understand because I've not been in that situation. You're bragging about it. You think it makes you a better man.
No, it don't. It makes me more knowledgeable about the street life situation.
How does being put in jail how does going to jail make you more knowledgeable? You went to jail, nigga. You got caught.
Situation you're watching on TV,
nigga, you got
you know what you're talking about.
You got caught.
That don't make me better. It just makes me more knowledgeable.
No, you getting caught makes you worse.
That don't make me better.
Getting caught makes you worse.
Well, okay.
I didn't get caught.
You didn't do nothing for nothing.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
You didn't do nothing.
I absolutely did.
Come on, man. You ain't did.
I absolutely positively.
Square ass nigga. You nigga put you in.
You don't ever think I committed a crime before?
You done tied your ass up. Yeah, them DUIs you caught.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, we don't even.
Oh no. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a scumbag. I've never. No. Oh, I'm sorry. There's confusion, Rollo. No, Rollo. I'm sorry. I make some confusion here. I got to clarify. I'm not a scumbag, dude. I've never sold drugs. What I said was that I have broken the law and I didn't get caught.
We don't count DUIs.
No, that's what I mean. If you break the law and you get caught, aren't you dumb?
That's like a leg shot. We don't respect DUIs.
Made off dumb.
No, Rollo, for real. If you get caught doing something, doesn't that mean that you make mistakes?
Is Martha Stewart dumb? She got caught.
She wasn't cooking, but yeah, she was dumb. Yes, she was dumb.
In prison, make bad decisions.
No, she was dumb, but yeah.
You know what I mean? She's a billionaire. So which one is it? You can be a dumb billionaire, or you just made a bad decision?
Anyway, it's been fun, bro. You're an agent of confusion, dog.
Dude,
look, man, I tried to have a real, just so you know, I tried to have a real conversation, bro. I'm black in America, dude. Like I said, you know that whole foundation. Hey, man, let me break this to you, bro.
You just
if you're what they call, culture like hold on, man. I'll let you go for real, man. But you're mumbling. You don't really have nothing to say. As far as what you call black Americans, blacks that are born in America, that have been here, whose family have been here for hundreds of years, dude, we have relatives and we have connections everywhere. We are 2-3 degrees of separations from anywhere in this country. We're natives.
Speaking on your family?
Bro, no, it doesn't matter. We're natives. We can find our way around, bro. That's how we network through different cities.
I'm saying
You never
speaking on
left
your
Louisville,
family?
so you never left Louisville, so you don't know.
Shit. Come on, man.
You've never
You
lived
gotta
anywhere
stop
from
fucking
Louisville. You never got out your backyard that you were so miserable being in. To know that you can go around all over the country, move into cities, be parts of organizations, and get to know people and
You
get to know
sound so
what people are
stupid.
doing.
You don't-
You can hear all the rumors. You can get
Man,
all of that
you
stuff.
don't
as
got
you
a
go.
clue what you talking about.
What'd you say?
You don't have a clue. I'm about to move back to Georgia.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
In a
thought
couple
you.
of weeks.
Oh, you're
In a
about
couple
to
of
move
weeks.
back?
Yeah, back in a couple of weeks.
Like you were about to go to the Devin Haney fight in a box truck in a couple of weeks.
No, you. I'm gonna call you from the new house in Georgia.
No, for real.
I'm gonna call
You
you.
were gonna.
You still
The
in
last time you said you were gonna do something to solve the problem, you were gonna go to the Devin Haney fight, but you didn't wind up going. That didn't happen.
I didn't make it. I couldn't.
So when I talk to you a month from now and your ass ain't magically in Georgia,
I couldn't
your
get-
ass
I
is still
couldn't-
out there on the west side of Louisville, eating chili with spaghetti and red beans in that beans in that mug.
I'm gonna show you this bad motherfucker.
With some salmon croquettes on the side.
I
Okay,
don't really like salmon croquettes, but I'm gonna show you this bad
them
motherfucker.
shits is fire, bro. What about do you guys eat green bean casserole too?
Nah, I don't think I ever had green bean casserole.
Have you seen it?
But I just got a house in Ellenwood though.
No, I'm saying, have you ever seen green bean casserole?
I think I have.
Yeah, that's my point, dude. Like, yeah. So I know what you eat, bro. I know what if I can
wait till I
tell you.
wait till I show you my house in Ellenwood though.
That's gonna be cool, but just let you know, anybody that can
You
tell
gonna
you
love it.
literally what you eat
You
knows who you are.
Now I think you don't because you talking about
No, brother. I literally just told you your dietary. I
said
literally
grew
just
up
told
in
you
the
what you
West
like to eat.
End,
That
no,
tells me I know where you're from, right there.
No, I didn't. I didn't grow up in the West End.
Dog, if I can tell you
I'm
the
from the
food
alley.
you eat, if I can tell you the food you eat, I know where you're from.
You just said I eat green bean casserole.
I asked if you ever seen it, and you say, yeah, but I don't like it.
I think I might have. I don't
You
remember
might
nobody
have.
making no green bean casserole.
You might have. Dude, I can tell you how you eat your spaghetti.
I don't eat spaghetti.
I'm sorry. We
keep
call it
going.
spaghetti. Everybody else would call it spaghetti. You call it chili.
No, we call
What you
chili
eat?
and
No,
spaghetti
for real.
spaghetti.
What you call chili,
You don't
everywhere
put
else
beans
in the
chili.
country is spaghetti.
You don't put beans in chili. I mean
Watch
spaghetti.
this. Nobody else puts spaghetti in chili.
You mean noodles?
You put spaghetti in your chili, dude.
Noodles.
Which are what? Long, straight like spaghetti.
Right.
That's fucking spaghetti is a noodle. You
Okay.
argumentative son of a gun.
Okay.
Your chili is really spaghetti everywhere else in the country.
Okay.
Because
What's your
nobody
point about
puts, other than you.
Okay.
puts
What's your
that shit in
point
it.
about that?
My point is, bro, I know you, so don't
That's
tell
white
me
people. We call that white people chili without the noodles.
Bro, the only difference between me and you, brother, is the responsibility that my mama took. And
no, nigga, the difference between us is the DNA.
Yeah, you got that right. I just cracked a mama joke, bro. My mama got me up out of there,
Nah,
and your ass stayed there. So please don't tell me where I'm from, bro. When my people are from the same place you are.
Is the DNA.
Dude, my sister was born. My sister was born. She's older than you. She's born the same place you were.
She's born in Louisville?
Yes. She was grown. She was raised a portion of her life in Louisville.
Watch this. I bet you she wasn't born at the university.
I don't know what hospital she was born in.
Yeah. Well, ask your
I can
mama.
find out, though.
I bet you she wasn't born at the university.
But let me tell you something. I know it's the same hospital that about 15 of my other cousins were born in.
Who's your cousins, man? Because I might just
I'm
go
not
smack
giving you the
one
name of my
them.
family, bro.
I never pay.
I'm not giving you the name of my family. You can forget about it.
Why?
I've already told you what you eat.
I've already told you.
I've already told you what you eat. I already told you your ass was lying about slapboxing Ali.
I most definitely didn't do that.
Come on, man. What you want me to give you your entire menu for Thanksgiving? We have the same food at our table on Thanksgiving.
I got a picture with Ali.
I got a picture. Oh man, come on.
I got a picture with Ali.
Give me the picture. Let me see the picture. Give me the picture. We can
So I don't get it. So my partner posted it on Facebook, but I can give. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go steal the picture off his Facebook.
Man, you're doing a lot of stuttering, bro.
I'm gonna steal the picture off his face and then I'm gonna post it. Here.
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna post it.
You gonna steal it?
Yeah, I'm gonna Take the
You
picture.
can't just say you didn't just say you're gonna get a copy. You gotta say you stealing.
And put it on my thing so you can see it. Like the picture I got with me and
bro. I trust you that there's a picture with a little black kid with Muhammad Ali somewhere in the world, and I wouldn't know the difference between you and them.
You know what I look like, right?
Bro, yes, dude, they literally could take a picture. You set yourself up. They literally could take a picture of Wesley Snipes when he was a kid.
No, I don't look like Wesley.
Superimpose some braids on the top of that shit. Call it little Rollo, dog, and I wouldn't know if that shit was real or not, man. There's AI in the world, man.
I ain't that black. I ain't Wesley Black now. I'm black.
What are you? Oh no, okay, that's fine. I don't know. I think you brown. What are you, dark brown?
I'm kind of like Denzel, like. You know what I mean?
Negro ain't nothing, and you ain't got not a goddamn thing in common with Denzel Washington.
Me and Denzel about the same complexion.
That man said Denzel.
We talking complexions.
Bro,
we talking complexions. I know you want to. I know you feel. I can't help it, man. You a square ass nigga, man. Grew up around them white folk, man.
Rollo, I still think I whoop your ass though. I can't lie.
No, you know you don't want no.
No, I do. I think I really do think I still think I whoop your ass though.
You got man titties, man.
No, but I don't have man titties, but I do, without a doubt, got a bat.
A bat?
Yeah, and see, that's where I'm from. See, where I was raised, we don't fight like for fun. Where I was raised, we fight to hurt people.
For now, you sound so stupid.
No, for real. That's what we. That's you from West. That's what we do.
I'm gonna shoot you in your face if you pull out a bet on me. Are you stupid?
Dude, I'm Greek. You gotta understand, I'm Greek.
Motherfucker, are you Greek?
No, I'm Greek, man. You gotta understand, bro. I'm Greek.
Please, for now, don't pull out no bet on nobody, because you're gonna get yourself hurt. Because where I'm from,
if I pull out the bet, I would bash your shit.
Moving, homie.
No, because I'm gonna make sure you turn the. I'm gonna make sure you don't see the bat coming, bro.
Not only you gonna hit me with a bat, you're gonna cowardly hit me with a bat.
Oh hell yeah, clock the shit out you, dog. I ain't here for fun.
Why not just fight me one-on-one like a man? Why not just
dude? Hey, bro, if I'm from the bottom, dog, seriously, no joke. If I'm from the bottom, dog, I'm not shooting you no square one. We from the bottom, dog. We don't shoot fair ones.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't. It's dog eat dog, bro. You talk crazy and you may get a hatchet.
We absolutely do shoot fair.
Nah, you better not do that. I'm gonna tell you that. You better not be doing that shit with. You better not do that with my female cousins. Your ass wind up stabbed.
I ain't trying to fight
you fuck around up with a hatchet in your arm.
I ain't trying to fight your female cousin, but if she pull out that knife,
I'm just trying to tell you.
You coming to the wrong party.
Dog, you say you from the bottom, dog. I don't understand. I don't think that's a bottom attitude, man. I think you ever meet a Venezuelan from the bottom?
Nah, I can't. Yeah,
the Venezuelans from the bottom, dog. They're not slap boxing you, dog.
I met a Venezuelan.
They're not slap boxing you, bro.
Pretty cool dudes. They ain't as crazy as the Cubans.
Hey, I'm just having fun, man. Seriously, dude. Don't.
Cubans is the craziest people ever, man. You know, in federal prison, they won't let more than 10 Cubans be in a federal prison.
Bro, don't say anything about Cubans.
No, they crazy.
They crazy or I'm crazy?
Cubans go hard, nigga. You ain't no Cuban.
I am Cuban.
You got a little Cuban in you, but you're not Cuban from the Cuban culture.
Dude, my brother-in-law, Cuban
in you, but you're not from that culture. We're speaking culture, not just
culture is fine. Dog, I know Cubans. Who are you talking to? I know Cubans. My brother-in-law's Cuban.
I'm just saying they crazy.
Dude, they ain't no crazier than Negroes on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Listen.
Dude, there are kids on the south side of Chicago that will pick up a switch and shoot a block up. How can you get any more crazy than that?
You're absolutely right. And them same kids will go to prison and get they fucking zoom zooms and wham whams took.
So what? They still crazy?
No, they're not. And that's why I'm trying to get you to understand. The Cubans.
What does getting raped in prison have to do with your willingness to shoot up a block?
Man, what are you talking about? I said get they zoom zooms and wham whams. That's your goodies. That's your commissary cakes.
No, I'm trying to tell you. You think if any of y'all think that there ain't Americans with that real attitude, dog, y'all gonna find out like there are.
What you mean real attitude?
Bro, all right.
So listen, this is what I'm saying when I say
you
crazy.
said what do you mean and you start talking, bro.
When the Cubans go to prison, right? It's going down.
Dude, I'm not going to prison. We're not talking about prison. Bro, we're not talking about listen, stop.
I'm telling you,
when you go to prison,
with them switches turn into cowards when they behind and ain't no switch.
Dude, hold on, man.
But the Cubans, they still go hard. They I mean, the biggest riot ever started by the Cubans. They
Dude,
won't
you're
even
talking
let them.
about prisons.
I'm just.
I'm not
telling you
talking
what,
about prisons.
I'm telling you what crazy.
I'm
was
not
sticking on being
talking about
crazy.
prisons. Everybody in prison for murder is a murderer.
So
All of
listen,
them.
to me, just because
I'm
you
not,
get a
dude. No,
switch
no. I'm
and
not going to
kill
listen to that,
somebody with a gun, that
bro.
don't
I'm
make you
not going to
crazy.
listen to that. I'm not going to listen to that.
That don't make you crazy,
Dude.
just
You're
'cause you
like,
got a switch.
dude. If you say we got 15 murderers in a room, and the Cubans are the hardcore of the murderers, and those murderers prove that those other murderers are soft than those murderers. Everybody in the room's a murderer. Nobody's soft. It's just one maybe more violent than the
That's
other.
not true. That's not true. Because I met some soft motherfuckers with murder charges.
They're all murderers.
It don't matter. I met some cold cowards that were murderers.
I know cowards that are murderers.
Right. So that's not true.
They're still crazy and extremely dangerous.
No, I don't think so.
Dude, don't you know that cowards are the most dangerous people there are?
Yeah, but not crazy. So
no, cowards and crazy people are the most dangerous people there are.
Depending.
Yes.
No.
Dude, cowards are the ones that will pick up the gun and shoot everybody.
I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that.
You don't think it's cowardice? You don't think a coward.
I'm saying I know.
You don't think it's cowardice to pick up a gun, a semi-automatic weapon, go into a building and shoot a bunch of defenseless people? That's not cowardice. That's cowardice.
I mean, it's all
you won't look the man straight in his face. You shooting up a bunch of people that didn't have anything to do with it. They didn't do nothing to you. That's cowardice.
Yeah, it's all you could be crazy.
So you can be a killer and be coward. Cowards are dangerous.
That's what I just told you.
You didn't say cowards are dangerous. I said that, Rollo.
I did tell you that.
You didn't say
that get their zooms and wow. I did say that. What are you talking about? I know murderers that's cold cowards. You smack the shit out of them, they ain't gonna do nothing. I know them that's gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? I met plenty of them.
So you done slapped. Let me get this straight. You have slapped plenty of murderers in the face.
I've slapped a murderer before, yeah.
You said you slapped plenty of murderers in the face. No, I said
I know plenty of murderers that too many to count. This was cowards.
So you know a bunch of coward murderers? How many coward murderers do you know?
I probably met 20 of them in my
You've met 20 coward murderers.
Yeah, I probably met.
Do you know this? What you say sounds ridiculous, right?
How?
You have met 20 people who are murderers that you have had enough contact with to consider them to be cowards.
For now, listen.
Dude, do you know how much damn near impossible that is?
How? What the fuck do you think prison is?
Everybody in there, is everybody in prison there for murder?
A lot of them.
Were there 20? So there were 20 murderers in the prison that you were in. That you had personal experience with them where you determined that they were a coward.
Listen.
That you could slap in the face. There were 20 men that you met in prison that were murderers that you could slap in the face and they wouldn't do nothing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Did you run with a gang?
That's easy.
Did you run with a gang?
In prison?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Then therefore, that's why your ass got away with that shit.
Yeah, I did.
They ain't cowards. You're a bully.
First of all,
no, you heard me. They weren't cowards. You're a bully.
Everybody's in the
and on top of it, you're lying.
Everybody in the gang's in prison.
And on top of it, you're lying. Because I have a hard time believing that you just walked across to a murderer in a gang, in a prison gang, slapped him in his face, and nothing happened because of you.
It kind of don't go like that, though. You know
it kind of don't go like that because you're lying.
No, you just probably don't understand how prison and jail work.
Dude, you can't do that shit in high school. Walk up to somebody, slap him in the mouth right in front of their gang, and nothing go down. You can't do that shit in junior high school, homie.
Yeah, I think you watch
no junior high school. You can't do it in junior high school.
Now you watching too many movies.
Sir, you can't.
I said I'm more knowledgeable.
Since you think I'm watching movies, I'm gonna put a parallel to you. I'm a member of a fraternity in college, so these are not overly violent people. You know, they can be, but good. Citizens.
Listen, I got it perfect.
I was in a listen. I got to finish this because I'm having fun. But listen to this. I was in what you could consider a gang called Kappa Alpha Psi in college. There was maybe 30 of us on campus. Maybe
Come
no,
on,
25,
man, cut
30
it
of us
out,
on
man.
campus.
You talking
Listen. I'm going to play the whole thing out.
for 9.
Listen to me.
You comparing
Listen to
apples
me.
and oranges, home.
Listen, no, I'm not.
Compare prison.
No. Listen. What I'm doing is
The mindset
comparing.
is different.
Listen. I'm comparing a gun with a Uzi.
The mindset.
So let me tell you let me give you the gun part. And then I'm going to talk about the Uzi after that. The gun is college kids that are in a fraternity. And one fraternity walks over and slaps a member of the other fraternity in the face unprovocated. That member doesn't fire back. By the end of the week, there's going to be 30 people throwing with bats and with canes. And I'm telling you canes, because you said I wouldn't hit you with a bat. I'm a noob. I carried a cane. I'll knock the shit out of you with a cane.
You funny.
Which is a bat. I will. If you're fighting me and I got a cane, you getting hooked.
Yeah,
I'm not going to allow you to hurt me.
And this is all I was saying about.
But anyway,
look,
look. That's a real story. That's going to break out. That's going to break out a major fight. But you're trying to tell me that in a prison, that you as a gang member can walk up and slap 20 other gang members. No, you said 20.
I didn't say 20, man.
Sir, you said 20 people that you knew that you could walk up and slack and they and their gang wouldn't do nothing. 20 murderers.
You asked me, do I know 20
that
murderers?
Is not, let me tell you, that does not work.
Cowards.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work at a basketball team. You will get your ass whooped by a high school basketball team doing that. Walk up, let a kid from one basketball team just walk up randomly and smack the shit out of another member of the basketball team.
You ain't got no clue for now. Hey, listen.
What are you talking about? I've been in fights. That's what happens.
Listen.
Have you ever? Oh no, I'm sorry. Have you ever been in a gang fight? Have you ever been in a gang fight?
Yeah, I have. I've been shot in a gang fight.
No, a gang. You've been in a.
I've been shot in a gang fight. You want to see the bullet?
Okay, so then you know. If you got shot in a gang fight, then you know gangs fight over things like that.
Right.
So then why are you acting like you can do some shit like that in prison?
I mean,
you're lying, dude. You're lying. You're exaggerating.
It's a clip out of little dude coming in prison. Hey, man, you killed my people. I ain't had nothing to do with it, OG. Remember, he smacked the shit out of him. Pal, come on, man. Let me talk to you, OG.
Who is this kid? Who is this kid with?
It's on YouTube.
No, did the kid just come in prison?
I'm trying. Listen, this is what I'm saying. You don't know how the dynamics work in prison, so I guess you don't understand it.
Dude, you're about to lay out a story that's not going to work. Go ahead.
It's on YouTube.
Dude, lay it out. It's not going to work.
Shit out of and
lay it out
for his life.
Lay it out. It's not going to work, but I want to hear it so I can tell you it doesn't work.
Okay, so the little dude come in and this is on YouTube. I don't know them. I wasn't.
Dude, I trusted this on YouTube. What happened?
Okay. So the little dude comes in, little skinny black dude, and a big black dude. Something about some guns got stolen. Because the little dude, he's in first
in prison?
Yes.
Okay, the guns got stolen outside of prison.
Right. So little dude is down. Somebody got killed. Little dude is down on the murder charge. He's a murderer.
Did he just show up?
He's just getting to the prison.
Okay.
OG's asking him, man, you did something killed my cousin, man. Little dude said, nah, it wasn't me, OG. Before he can finish saying, he open-handed him like a woman. Little dude crumbled, he picked him up and continued talking to him. And bitch, I know you did it. Stop lying. I promise, OG, it wasn't me. This happens every goddamn day.
Okay, so
you don't know.
I heard it. Let me repeat it. You're telling, and it doesn't work. You told me
it happens
that there was a
day.
young man. I'm going to get the facts straight. I want to get the facts straight, Rollo.
It's on
so
YouTube.
I know we're saying
Somebody
the same thing. Sir, I'm going to name the facts, and then I'm going to tell you why it doesn't work. You said that there was a young man who was just put up, who just came to prison on a prison charge.
Right.
And that there was a man that was there that was already in the prison.
Right.
That over some issue related to guns, the person that was already in the prison slapped the young man.
No, it was something about some stolen guns and somebody got killed.
That's fine, but the action was that the person in the prison, the man that was already in the prison, slapped the young man that just got to the prison.
Slapped the shit out of him.
Okay, so that doesn't work. Because in the
YouTube.
scenario that we're talking about, Rollo, we're talking about two people that are already there and in gangs.
So you want to make
this particular guy, sir, that particular guy that you brought in, you said he literally just got there. He literally just walked in and somebody slapped him. That's not 20 men that have been there long enough for you to know that they are cowards. That's not the same thing, Rollo. It doesn't work. Would you like to use an example that actually works?
I will. So listen, you asked me, did I know 20 guys that was murderers?
Can we get past this? Because, bro, you don't.
I'm just saying. This is what you asked me.
That's a lot of men, dog. That's 20 men. You don't know that.
Listen, and I want you to do your homework after this so you can understand.
I'm not going to do any homework you give me.
I did 10 years in USP Macquarie.
Dude, you said that 50 times, bro.
Okay, so go look up Macquarie and understand how many people get killed there every year.
Do you get killed from a slap in the face?
Hell yeah, you get killed from a slap in the face.
You've seen somebody die from a slap in the face. We're not talking about somebody getting stabbed. We know that happens, dog. Stop diverting. I'm talking about you walking up and slapping somebody in their face and nothing happening. From a murderer. Dude, stop lying.
For now, I've seen it both ways. I've seen
Rollo, can you stop while you're way behind?
I've seen a nigga get killed over a bag of chips. What are you talking about?
We didn't ask if he was killed. You said that there was a man that would get slapped in the face and wouldn't do nothing. Sir, a person that is killed can't do nothing.
You understand what I'm saying?
Do I do? I know you're moving all over the place. Somebody getting killed. Dude, somebody getting killed in prison, that person cannot respond. He's dead. The question is, if you slap somebody and it's just a slap, will they do something back? Not if you shoot them, will they get up and live again?
Listen,
stab them, they'll get up and live again.
For now, listen, I want to explain this to you.
Rollo, I like you, bro. I really do. We got to stop this, dog. You've done a great job. Rollo, for real.
If you slapped Rollo in prison, Rollo was going to stab you. But I know 20 motherfuckers that you could slap in prison.
Rollo.
They was cowards.
Rollo. Rollo, I appreciate the legend of Rollo. I really do. I appreciate hearing the legend of Rollo.
Hey, listen, did you see the one?
And you have been very, I have enjoyed this conversation, brother. We have not. I'm going to put you in the back because I'm doing the bye-bye. If you have not caught it, I'm giving you the bye-bye speech.
Did you see that?
I'm giving you the bye-bye speech. I can do it with you here or out.
You need to stop
pick one.
Fucking letting the Hughes brothers.
You can hear my bye-bye speech on the chat, or you can hear the bye-bye speech when you're off.
You need to stop letting the Hughes brothers.
Rollo, thank you for the time that you spent. Because, hey, man, truth is told, not a lot going on in boxing. And it is fun to listen to you weasel your way around topics that you have little to no understanding about, just for the sake of not just flat out admitting you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So with those last final words, I'm no longer going to waste my time in stupid conversations with a person that is clearly lying every other sentence just to get it off. So what do you have to say in conclusion?
I think that you are really out of touch with your culture, home. And
what's my culture?
I think you're really out of touch with what's going on in the inner cities. And it's sad.
In the inner city? I'm in the inner city right now.
In the inner cities, and it's sad. It really is. You talking about baseball bets. You talking about motherfuckers ain't getting slapped when they go into prison. Look, listen. It's a dude down here that burnt up these two little young.
Bro, that is not a conclusion. That is a soliloquy. I'm going to let you go now, Rollo, and it has been a lot of fun. Okay? Let's just agree that you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know. Only thing you know about me is that I am certifiably crazy. I will agree with that. But I got that way, honestly, from a lot of stress in my life. So I would appreciate if you would stop acting like I would appreciate it if you would stop acting like some reason that logic applied to facts is subjected to the background of the person that is using it. I am giving you nothing but pure stone cold logic. Even when you talk about prisons and slapping somebody in prison, bro, I ain't never been to prison, and I guarantee you, and I'm never going to try. I am not walking into prison and slapping somebody in the face and thinking another man ain't going to do nothing back. Because I'm Rollo Superman Green, bro. You are not Shaft. Okay? This is the real fucking world. You will slap somebody in their face, walk away, and then you will wake up with a bloody, wet, red t-shirt from multiple stab wounds. From somebody that as soon as they get an opportunity to get your ass, they're going to get you. Because you embarrass them in front of all these people. For some reason, I don't believe what you say. Goodbye, Rollo. Yeah, he's the one that slapped Ali. He also the one in maximum level security walking around slapping 20 people in the face. Talking about, I'm Rollo, you ain't doing nothing. Yeah. Hey, man, I hope somebody, I think some of y'all might have been supportive, but thank y'all, man. I love that conversation, Rollo. I really did. Yeah, man, I talked to Rollo for a long time, man. I don't know when he's coming back. I enjoy Rollo. I know that conversation was for me, man. I really enjoyed that, man. Hey, Ralph Chestnut, thank you, brother. Fanon not lost touch. He stayed speaking about the culture. No, dude, that basically what he's saying is because I sound more white than he does, that somehow gives him some street cred because of the way my speech is, my speech patterns. That's not my mental patterns. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got a speech pattern of, somebody that was raised around obviously European people because that's how I speak. But that's not my mental patterns. My mental patterns is 100% black. Believe it. Hey, Fanon, I believe you're a 2-comma kid. What's a 2? No. Hold on. How many commas my pops got? Nah, I ain't got no 2 commas. We got, man, I'm telling you, man, my dad was hustles. Your culture is soft. Get offended too easy. Bro, there ain't a single solitary culture in this world that's too soft. What's this soft culture that is easily offended? I don't know a single solitary culture that is not easily offended. Thomas Kelly said, you're educated, brother. That's what I think. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Like, come on, man. And on the top of it, my mama was living in that neighborhood when the schools were good. Intelligence is intelligence. It's hard for ignorance to comprehend. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Thank you, Virgil. I appreciate your support, man, because I can't do this without the super chats, bro. So thank you. Really and truly, I just can't do it without the super chat. So thank you. Nope. Andy Gill was saying stop lying to Rollo. Oh, okay. About him not being stupid. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. And you can get. I wish they gave a phenomenal show the ability to get a wrench, to use a wrench. Mike, hey, somebody click the link, man. Anybody want to talk, bro? Click the link, man, because this ain't really boxing, man. It's more MH Blackwell, bro. That's why I put MH. Hey, and thank you, Rollo. Really, man. Thank you, Rollo. I appreciate you being part of that performance because it is to a certain amount of performance. So I appreciate you, Rollo. And whoever I heard your girl in the back, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. Don't take anything that I say too personally, man. And I appreciate your thick skin. Curly J, what up, said educated inner city Negroes. You know what it is. Man, I ain't gonna lie, dude. When I was a kid, man, I used to look at kids in all black neighborhoods like, man, you guys got it so good. I was like, y'all got it so good, and you don't know. Like, black kids had it so good in them neighborhoods and didn't know. Like, there are challenges for sure, but there are some things that you may take for granted. Like, you get to play with a bunch of black kids and run around and not be different. That's a luxury that you should, that you shouldn't ignore. It is really a nice thing to be able to walk out every day and see people like you, that look like you, that think like you, that talk like you, what you consider to be the culture. That's nice. That's what I really liked about HBCUs, man. It was the first time in my life I could go somewhere other than my family and church where I could go in and be like, man, I'm not black. Like, it was the first, being at HBCUs was the first time in my life that I did not feel black because everybody was black. So it wasn't like a defining characteristic of anybody. If somebody didn't like you, they didn't like you because of you, or they didn't like you because of some other reason other than that. And that's really a liberating feeling for me, which is why I was so big on, man, like, especially for black kids that have never been in that situation, you need to go to a black school to know what that is, to not be singled out. But at the same time, people that live in those communities with so many other black people don't understand the beauty that they have in their own anonymity throughout the day. They don't have to deal, like, if they make a basketball team with all black kids, it's because you're the best player. Or maybe, you may have a daddy in there or something like that. But, you don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about being the only one there. And that shit is not fun. And I'm telling you, man, many of the people that leave and become like really successful in white American business, white America, bro, there's a serious sense of isolation within that. Even if they're doing everything on the outside to try to, to enjoy it, and it's still there, man. And one of the things that I can parallel with it is like my father-in-law. My father-in-law is Creole, born in Louisiana, and he is something you would consider to be passing. Like, if you saw him, you wouldn't know he's black. You may think he's something else, but many, many people just think he's white. And, he will tell my wife the stories of, and many of his family would just go into different stores, and they would see black people that didn't recognize them as being black, and they would hear what they would say and kind of be a fly on the wall. But just imagine that you grew up with all those people, but you didn't have ability to ever really know what they thought, or you're just literally a fly in the middle of the room. It's not fun, man. You should always be around your own people, man. I think you should at least close to them so that you have a sense of community with you. They can protect you from the isolation of groups, being an individual amongst another group. I was very envious of kids that grew up in all black neighborhoods. Would cry about it. Like, Mama, I just want friends. Why do we have to live here? I would rather live there. And for my mother or father who came from neighborhoods like that, they think, okay, this is really a good place to be. It's like we've made it. But not there. We didn't make it there. But, and many people may think that, but man, you do really create a sense of isolation when you have nothing to represent you, which is also why it's so important, I think, in schools for people to teach black history and the accomplishments of black people, because you see yourself as black, but you don't ever hear anything good about what you do to be proud of. And that's something that's why I can't relate to these black conservatives, man. And many of these black conservatives that I've listened to are actually black people that came from black neighborhoods that are really striving to get out of it. And definitely not black people that have been raised away from them for a long period of time, that are really trying to reconnect with their community and appreciate the things within the community. I'm amazed so many times, man, about the talent of black people. Like, really, but it takes a little bit of while to adjust to it. Anyway. Rollo was Eugene in the penitentiary. I don't think he's ever been in the penitentiary, honestly. What's good for 9 in chat? We're here. Nah, he probably was. We're watching the greatest show on YouTube. Keep cooking, brother. This former convict is lying his butt off, man. Oh, he's lying. Ain't nobody believing that, dog. You ain't doing nothing in prison that you can't do in a high school. I'm born and bred in Sunnyside, the sector of Southeast Houston, super high in violent crime and also super high in black love. Wouldn't trade it for any other place. Home is where the heart is. Yeah, man. And you'd be surprised, man. The lives of white people are great. The happiness of the lives of white people are greatly exaggerated within the black community, at least. I don't see what the big deal is. The nicer the house is better, but you know, nice houses and all that stuff is great. Great education, great schools, and all that stuff is great. But if you don't have your family and the people that are close to you around you, eventually, man, you're going to climb your way into a very lonely life with a bunch of people that you just met. And then when everything goes wrong, if something goes wrong in your life, they're not going to be there for you. But the people that would be there for you, and I'm talking about be there for you in any way, not necessarily giving you money and picking you up, but somebody you can still sit there and have a beer with 30 years later and look at the good old days, bro, like my guy Daryl McKinney and Tommy Hearns. Look at the I don't know. I've got a chance to see the relationship between Tommy Hearns and Daryl McKinney. And that's inspiring for the relationships that boxers can have with their team members and people that support them. Rollo, right? Dudes be tough on the streets, but soft in jail. Yes, and do be having, dude, let me tell you something, brother. You think a soft person will not kill you? You guys are fucking stupid. You guys just ain't met nobody that really wants to hurt you. All you tough guys. You just ain't met nobody that was willing, that wanted to hurt you bad enough. Because if they want to hurt you bad enough, your ass is going to get hurt. You ain't Superman. That ain't soft. That could be patience. And it could also be common sense. I got to make it through. I say you invite Rollo to an MH live stream and debate him more about it. Would welcome a great discussion. Yeah, okay, we can do it. This is on MH Blackwell, though, just so you know. That's why I really wanted to do that today. I put MH Blackwell on there whenever I think I'm going to have any type of conversations that really aren't around the sport of boxing as much. Man, thank you, Curly J. Hey, here's the link. Does anybody else want to chop it up? I hope you do, because I had so much fun, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you'd enjoyed the chat. Please let me know if you enjoyed the chat or if I just, need to really stay on boxing. OFA said, perfectly said, that's why all the tough guys are dead or almost dead. Yeah, man, dude, look, I'm telling you something. I'm scary. I'm telling you, bro, I'm scary. I'm not going to let it get to you hurting me. I'm confident in my ability to fight, but I ain't 100% confident. I'm 100% confident that something can stop you, though. Because I ain't starting no shit. But you ain't starting it and ending it. Hey, I am 2 for 9. F all that tough guy shit. Hell yeah, I'm scary as shit. I don't like that. I ain't, whatever. I take my wife dead serious when she gets mad. Like, I'm not antagonizing her. She can't beat me up in no fight. But, bro, I'm very vulnerable around her a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm very vulnerable around that woman a lot. She got plenty of opportunities to hurt me if she wants to. So, nah, man, I'm not going to do that. Not because I'm soft, but because, dude, I don't trust nobody, bro. And I know damn well people can hurt your ass. And will hurt you. Women hurt men all the time. Tough guy. And they can't beat you in no fight. Not so smart guy. Plug. Shout out to Blue Blood. Jay Henderson said, my cousin was a rapper out there in Baton Rouge, was a real killer, was taken out by a 16-year-old kid that broke down in jail and told on everybody. Yeah. Dude, let me tell you something, dog. Look. See how that dents right there? See that? I want you to do something right here. You think you're a tough guy. Take this finger and do this. Push right there as hard as you can. That tells you how close you are to death at any point in time. Just do this. Bro, you're about that far from your brain. In this little soft spot right here. You are fragile. Life is fragile. You ain't no mountain. Ain't no truly tough, endurable human beings in the grand scheme of things. When you are this far from gone, But it's also encouraging, I think. Because, hey, man, if your body is so easy to dispel of, whatever created it must be not consider it all that important. Because everything else that is meant to endure is very, very hard to get rid of. You know what I mean? Hey, what up, Rise? Yep. That's all you got to know. How tough you are is right here. And the answer is not very. The answer is not very. You guys confuse bravery with ruthlessness. Ruthlessness is not you can be a coward and ruthless at the same time. All right, Oxflex. Man, but I'm going to get out of here, man. It's been 3 hours. Why I never try to say I had it harder than anyone else. My experience is universal in their streets, Rick. No matter how the location, they made it. Yeah, dude, look, let me tell you something, man. These people got life hard, man. Your life is your life, man. Don't assume your life is harder than other people, man. Y'all ain't never been in no hospital with the shit I've been in. You talk all that shit, bro. Man, take a couple trips to a psych ward and dig your way out of that. And then tell me that somebody's soft. You guys have no idea the troubles and the tribulations that a lot of people have. Which is why every single day you need to be grateful. And that's my problem in my life earlier, is I wasn't grateful for what I had. Because all I focused on was the negativity of the things around me and not the blessings that I have. So when I'm looking at Rollo, I can look at Rollo and kids in black neighborhoods and look at that like that's something that's good, because I see the things that they have that I don't. And they look at me and they see the things that I have that they don't, and they think that's happiness. So we associate each other with a vacuum in our life. Because I don't have the camaraderie and the brotherhood that you have. I sought it out with a fraternity, and I got my brothers. I did. I got all kind of black young black men my age that I'm cool that I can talk about. Talk to. You guys want to get to the suburbs so you can have a big house and a nice lawn. We're all trying to fill vacuums in our lives that we perceive other people have, which is why people always say the grass is always greener on the other side. I say the same thing about the house slave and the field slave. I have several friends that would be considered octoroons or biracial, and people that, and relatives that pass for white. And I'm telling you, man, they don't like the treatment that they have within the black community, and it really hurts them. Because that's who they are, but yet the people around them don't see them that way, and they have to accommodate for that. That's a very unpleasant feeling. So what they wind up having oftentimes, if they don't leave the entire race, is they start dating men that are much darker, so that their children no longer have to deal with the stress that you put on them for the fact that they look like they look. But again, I'm telling you, that's where empathy comes in, man, and why empathy is a lost talent. The ability to look into other people's lives and circumstances and try to get some semblance of their feelings and their concerns. So I think it's a very underutilized thing. Jay Henderson, what's up, brother?
Not much, man. How you doing, Fernando?
I'm good, man. I'm just blah, blah, blah today because we ain't got a lot of boxing.
Yeah, I feel you, man. This is my first time up, so. But
yes, sir. It's nice to meet you, sir. You
too, man. You too. The conversation really hit home with me that you were speaking on, because I'm actually one of those kids that's from I guess a urban, as Crawford would say, an urban area. So and to come from I guess that type of area and be a educated or a smart kid, I was called a nerd. So that was me. You know what I'm saying? Didn't really have I had a few friends, a lot more family oriented than anything. But I was really isolated because I tested into a certain area. With my IQ, so they bust me out to these different schools and stuff. But I was still seeing the inner city violence and everything. I grew up in Baton Rouge, so I was still seeing the inner city violence and things of that nature. My older brother actually got killed in front of me when I was about
My
8 years old.
condolences, man.
Oh man, look, I guess it's just a part of growing up in that area, and I guess having that survival mentality, you know. So, just what you and Ryder were talking about, man, it was really hitting home a little bit. So I was like, man, I got to call in and chop it up with this guy.
Yeah, man, I can appreciate it, man. I can appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, and the other subject, man, I did ship
Yes, sir.
your items out. So you're gonna be getting those trunks probably Friday.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate that, man.
No problem, man. It was crazy that you even had started doing the auction because I actually had won. I had won some EJ signed glove, EJ signed trunks, and I had won one more thing from Pristine. And I'm like, well, I don't think I can give up my glove, but I can go ahead and do the trunks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I appreciate you, man. I really do, bro. Thank you very much.
Oh,
man.
no problem at all, man. Anything for the kids, man. I did actually after my older brother got killed, I actually did go into amateur boxing for about 4 years. I went to amateur boxing, and my trainer was a kid named Sean Lee, and he actually passed away training for a fight in Colorado. So I actually stopped training after he passed away. So I used to train at this place called the Sports Academy in Baton Rouge.
Oh, in Baton Rouge?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I got friends, a lot of good friends in Baton Rouge.
Oh yeah, man. I'm still out here right now. Actually, I spend a lot of time in Chicago as well. My uncle lives in Chicago Heights, so I spend a lot of time out there. After my older brother after Sean died, actually, that's when I went out there. So after Sean passed, I went out there, came back here because I was playing football, and I thought I was gonna be something, but my body told me something else. So
You somebody,
I'm going
man.
into engineering. Oh yeah, man. When I'm going into engineering, and my son is playing football for Southeastern. He's a starting left guard out there.
Oh, congratulations. You a big dude, huh?
Oh yeah, man. I'm right. I sit right at 6'2", and my son sits at 6'4". My nephew sits at 6'5". So I'm not as big as they are, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now my dad's 6'5" too, which is crazy because we go into a place of building, like work and stuff, and everybody's like, "Man, you guys are huge." I'm like, I lost about 160 pounds because I suffer from high blood pressure and diabetes, pre-diabetes, so I had to make a change. But shoot, everybody else, man, they're all in good health, good faith. We're all doing what we need to do. So we just try to stay on top of it,
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Jay.
Oh, not a problem at all, man. Appreciate you, man. I'm always tuning in, so you keep up the good work, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I holler at you, man. We get a little more boxing going, then we'll get back. All right, brother.
No doubt.
All right, man. Peace. Man, what up, Phoenix? I didn't think you was showing up today. What up, man?
Yeah, what's good with it?
I'm good, man. Just wrapping it up, man. Trying to talk. I had a good talk with Rollo. I enjoyed that, man.
That kind of sounds like one of them paradoxical things. Good talk with Rollo.
What'd you say? Yeah. No, I mean,
like a paradox.
I like Rollo, bro. But Rollo, I'm a kind of a bully, man.
I'm
a little bit of a bully,
yeah.
bro. I just try to take him, he gets cute and I take him into deep water and drown him. But he's still a nice guy. I like him. I know. I get what he's trying to say, man. I think he's a good dude at heart. I really do.
All right. That's what's up. Yeah, man. Just thinking about the fights over the last weekend. I'll say what?
You got some hate for us this morning?
I don't know if it could be called hate. Maybe hate light.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do that. What's that called? Low carb hate.
Yeah, yeah.
Tone it down a little bit.
Beyond hate. Beyond hate.
So yeah. Like that vegan stuff.
Yeah, that beyond. Give me some beyond hate.
All right. So yeah, like looking at Caleb Plant and that McCumbee fight. Man, like just going back and thinking about it, I think that's a little more impressive than the people think. Like I know a lot of people say like, yeah, that was actually the fight of the night. It was exciting and this and that. But like for me, I think it was exciting because of the adjustments that Caleb made. Like not just because he was able to turn around and get the knockout, but like just some little unique things. Because normally whenever you up there up close, head to head like he and McCombie were, you seen Canelo and Berlanga were kind of in that same spot a little bit. But one difference between Canelo and Berlanga and then Plant and McCombie was not just their positioning in the ring, because Plant would push McCombie to the ropes, but the position of their hands while they were on the inside, right? So like Plant put his hands on the outside of McCombie's arms, like basically trap his arms on the inside, like push them together. And that was pretty interesting because I don't remember the last time I seen someone do that. And because like that's just smart right there, because anytime McCombie wants to throw a punch, he first has to get his arms around Caleb's glove before coming back to throw. And at the same time, that means Plant knows which punch is coming, how to avoid it, and he can get his punch off before because his hands are going to be closer to McCombie's face, which is a lot different than, they just head to head or in the pocket and they don't really have any control over the opponent's arms. So that was one thing that really helped him on the inside, because he would do that. And then McCombie has to think about, okay, how can I get this punch off without him knowing which one? And while at the same time he's eating shots, because Caleb was tagging him up to the body, was hitting him with the uppercuts and everything. And, doing that for somebody like Caleb, who's not known as a power puncher, and he's known more for, boxing on the outside, then to come back and do that after getting knocked down, like that just shows like there's a difference in mindsets with a lot of fighters. Because like the one thing that annoyed me about, some of the comments people was making after the fight was, did you see what Shakur tweeted out? He said, watching. No, after the whole fights was over, that he tweeted out that he's like, yeah, watching these fights really lets me know that I'm so sick. Yeah. I'm just like, bro, come on now. Come on. Like, it made me so upset to see that. I'm like, are you serious right now, man? Because with the way the Plant reacted, never would I expect to see Shakur, from what he's shown recently, to get up in there and do that against somebody who's known as a power puncher. Because the two times he's been up against power punchers recently, he hasn't done that and didn't even get hurt in them fights, unless you count like him hurting his hands. But as far as being hit, I ain't seen him rocked, but he didn't want to get up and do that. Like, even when he had his opponent hurt in Haratunian, like Caleb upped his punch output and was outlanding McCombie by double in each round until he got the stoppage. It's not just that he was throwing more, he was landing more, and like was taking the fight to him. Like immediately round 5 or 6 started, like Caleb literally bull rushed McCombie and pushed him to the ropes immediately. Like he damn near sprinted out the corner to do it, and like just had him there like from the beginning of the round on. And so, that's not something that you normally see from fighters whenever they take a shot and go down, or, even if they just wobble. You don't normally see that. You see they usually try to regain their composure and everything. And yeah, Caleb wasn't really like hit and shook. It was more like an off balance thing once he got that knocked down. But I think the fact that, he knows what the scoring is. He knows how sometimes fights can go where, someone gets a knockdown and either people feel like the judging is off because they feel like that momentum's supposed to carry over instead of each round being its own round. And he's probably thinking of that like, yeah, I can't leave this to the judges. I have to go ahead and really, let them know, hey, don't look at that knockdown as a deciding factor for the momentum of the fight. I'm going to go ahead and erase doubt in their minds. And there's not a whole lot of fighters who do that whenever they're faced with adversity in the ring these days. Like whether it's because they worried about how they're gonna look, or maybe they worried about, keeping undefeated, or maybe they're worried about maintaining like whatever perception of them there is like to the general public. But I was really impressed with that fight for that. Like even his footwork, I know like some people is saying that Caleb looked like he's slow on his feet now, but like he was moving smart. Like the first 2-3 rounds, like the way he had stepped back, it was just like half steps back. He wasn't taking like full steps. It was like just like a double half step and staying like just barely outside of McCumbie's range, like whenever McCumbie would come in. But like the way it is with people who throw unorthodox shots, like the wide looping ones or coming to weird angles, like trying to fight that at a distance, is a little more difficult. So like I said, him going to the inside and taking that away from him is like, yeah, minimizing the punches he can throw and creating opportunities for himself, which is like the last thing I'll say is that, yeah, creating opportunities for yourself in the ring is just as important. Like some fighters like to sit back and wait for an opening, wait for their opponent to make a mistake, wait for their opponent to show one of their tails for something so they can capitalize on it. And then there's other fighters who are like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and take away a whole bunch of options. And then that way I can do this and they can't do all those other things. And then it becomes a game of, okay, I know what they can do based on probability because of what I've been able to limit them to. And that way I created opportunity for myself because I know that they only have one of two ways of attacking now because I'm in this position. So, that just shows different levels to things. And, whenever I'm looking at fighters in the ring, whenever I'm looking at this stuff, like I'm watching out for that because like for me, that's where the excitement comes from in boxing. I like to see fighters do those different things that most people ain't going to notice unless they've been watching boxing a long time or they have an understanding of what's actually happening in the ring beyond the punches and the movement. So yeah, man, like that's just something I've been thinking about the past couple of days because that was a pretty dope performance, and it's just one of those things where like can't really underestimate Caleb Plant. So
how you think Caleb
yeah,
Plant does with Jamal?
I think he beats Jamal now. Like if they were to fight right now, I'd give that to Caleb just because like Jamal been out of if they was even
that he's back. Yeah, just assume he's back. Don't
if they's back and even, I still rock with Caleb because I know like for Caleb right now, he been out the ring for a minute too coming into that performance. I think it was 18 months. Because I think it was March last year was the last time he fought, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I know he'd been out for over a year. But if they Caleb would still have the movement on him. He'd still have the hand speed. I know Jamal got the power, but Caleb can handle power a little bit better than expected. Like I was surprised with what he did with Anthony Durrell to a certain extent because I didn't expect him to be the one to get the knockout in that fight. I would have thought that if a knockout happened, it would be Durrell that got it. And if it went to decision, Caleb got that hands down because Caleb was just a better boxer. And then, he went the distance with Benavidez. So, I mean, he can handle that power. Not just that, but Jamal would be the one moving up. I know like his last fight was like a catch weight, but I don't know how much Jamal would settle into 168. So, that's a factor too. Like if they was both in fighting shape, then like I'd still rock with Caleb on it just because of that.
Okay, fair enough. Appreciate that breakdown, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Breakdown. All right, man. Well, I'll get back with you, man. I think I'm about to bounce out here. We're about almost 11:30.
All right, man.
We'll be back tomorrow, man. Thank you for bringing it home for me, brother. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna be on MH Black probably later this evening, man. So
okay, I'll probably tune in.
All right, man. Get back.
All right, take it easy.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna definitely got videos coming up on MH Blackwell later today. So please check out the one that I did yesterday. And please check out the ones I'm gonna do today. I would greatly appreciate it. Those are my favorite videos to do. Even though I love the boxing videos and all those conversations, I think we're gonna have I'm basically preparing like this real big project over on MH Blackwell that can help guys people have a basic understanding of some stuff. Fanon was uploading damn videos during that call. I ain't gonna lie though, dog. I did do a quick thumbnail though. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Hey, man, I be listening to Phoenix. Hey, dog, Phoenix assassin be cooking me up, bro. What time am I going on? I think hey, that dude named Dave. When do you go off? When are you on that dude named Dave? What time do you usually go on that dude named Dave? What happened to here for what happened to I don't know what happened to Boxing Actor. He was here, but then he left. Hopefully he'll be back again. You know, I don't know, man. I just, I'm allergic to bad logic, man. It's like a problem for me. Like I've always, like my son is the same way. My daughter's the same way. Like if you say something to them and and what you're saying doesn't make sense, it really is a big hang up. When some people can be like, oh, that doesn't make sense, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and do it. Devin Haney fans, like they'll say you can say some shit to some Devin Haney fans that don't make no sense. And hey, man, that's cool. Works for me. He's the mandatory. Oh, okay, great. Oh, Gervonta was Devin's mandatory. Oh, that makes sense. Let's go with it. That's what time you go on? 4:30 in the afternoon? Yeah, in order to do the evening shows, man, I might have to go on like 6 or something. 6 or something. I'm thinking about it. But anyway, I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful day. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.